Listening in Sierra Leone. Stay tuned.
Every morning with truth in our hands. No more silence, we take a stand. For the people who cry for the dreams that fade, we speak for the hearts that justice betrayed. Radio True Media
on FM 103.9.
Radio True Media
on FM 103.9.
Now we voice, now we power. True video go shine like tower. We no go fear, we go talk. Even if they know I'll make we talk. True Media Radio on FM 103.9.
Now God we dey Freddy, not true we dey preach. Freedom of speech, now that we dey teach.
For so long, we go stand tall. Radio True Media,
one voice for all.
We honor the land, the struggle, the fight. We shine a light in the darkest night, because we believe in hard work and faith. The Sierra Leone way. We hold the line, come what may.
Them one set we more them, but we go shout. Now the poor man voice we they bring out.
Now we are right for know the truth. Now that make we go protect the truth.
Truth began, no they neglect anyone.
We are the voice, we are the flame. Truth will rise, they'll know our name. We are the truth and nothing else.
Truth they get, we know they play.
Now for Salon, we declare the way. Tune in every day to
Truth me get radio.
3.9.
Truth me get radio.
3.9. Radio to media.
This is Truth Radio, 103.9 FM. We empower the nation.
Mina Yusufu Jallo, the Cow Footprints, and you they listen to Truth Radio on 103.9 FM live from Freetown. Natu de las.
Nyabone chawo matonya yepegwa kwa bwela we. Tonya yepegwa bwela ngatwa yabo ngeza watominane FM we. Tonya ye pe gbo po wo era menga tu ya gbo ngwe sa wa to mi na ni efe. Ta menga tu tonya ye pe gbo po gbo era we. Anya buda tonya ye mi aloma. Tonya ye le mi amome. Ya bone jagbe ya le leja ti ya le dwe mi do o nya ngo lo tonya ye pe gbo po gbo era we. Mi ata nu isi vena. Na bo ra bo mi do eva. Nya buda je pe bu ra bo mi wa bi do tonya ye pe gbo po gbo era. Amiaga tole papa go titalo ba pepe ne beda pene gbenugo ma o aye gbo gbe cha wa to mi na ni FM ne ma ya mi abede bede mo kini mo ya de kini mo ni da ke za ke me e bi lo to me gbo ka mi aga pinga e ayo nya bole se wo ma to nya ye pe gbo gbo era we to nya ye pe gbo era nga tu ya gbo ngbe ta wa to mi na ni FM we Tonya ye pe gbo po wo era menga tu ya gbo ngbe sa wa to mi na ni FM. Ta menga tu tonya ye pe gbo era we. Anya buda tonya ye mi aloma. Tonya ye le mi amome. Ya bone jagbe ya le leja ti ya le dwe mi do o nya ngo lo tonya ye pe gbo era we. Mi ata nu isi vena. Na bo ra bo mi do eva. Nya buda je pe bu ra bo mi wa bi do tonya ye pe gbo era. Amiaga tole papa go titalo ba pepe ne beda pene gbenugo ma o aye gbo gbe cha wa to mi na ni FM ne ma ya mi abede bede mo kini mo ya de kini mo ni da ke za ke me e bi lo to me gbo ka mi aga pinga e
It's a beautiful country. It's beautiful people.
Indeed, beautiful country with beautiful people. Good morning and welcome to the Thursday edition of the Truth Morning Devotion on Truth FM 103.9. With the broadcast live from the studios na Ilkot na Freetong. We're on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. and welcoming all we listeners them which we partner radio stations them across the country, and with people in the diaspora as well. We always start the morning with maybe the evening, but they join we on we social media platforms as we start this program every other weekday morning. Many thanks to Lala CDB for always reminding us that this country now we all own, and it's a beautiful country with beautiful people. Good morning and welcome. Hope you sleep well. Yesterday was Eid. May Allah answer our prayers them with supplications. May Allah make we better people. May Allah forgive we sins them, we mistakes them, and make we people them way get empathy. Yesterday, a very lovely for see, very religious, tolerant country. Christian friends were wishing us Eid Mubarak, and we all celebrate together. Unfortunately, nobody not send beef for me. Been looking forward to some Ramadan, some Eid food and meat, but I didn't receive anything. But it was a good day. Went for prayers, visited family, and let Allah grant we the blessing. Eid can usually show how tolerant we are, and how this country. Actually, always in this country need, make you always say, and I still believe, and I'll stand by that. Now, leadership with empathy, some serious leadership with empathy, and people them way understand, say, then get a role for play, then get a bigger responsibility for change this country, for make this country a better place. But as well, leadership where they lead with the people, because we all get the tendency for change. We all can be bad people and we can be good people. But waiting, like they can say, country they get the leadership we didn't deserve, or the government we didn't deserve. Because leadership they change things. The leadership is a reflection of us. If the leader lead with empathy, he lead well, he show love, he show care, he show concern. The leader is not corrupt. The one the way they appointed and they afraid for get involved in corruption. It's like the home. Mickey always use governance as an example of the home. But I don't need for fix this thing, man. Anyways, the leadership is like, for me, it's like the home. It's like the home. If you they lead the home, you are the papa and the mama, they lead the home with empathy, love, respect. Wallahi be light a lie. You picking them. It go difficult for let them go astray. It go difficult for let them be bad people. You get mistakes, but you lead, you show them from the young one take come up. It changes, it happens. So they pray for that, and yesterday we see how across with politicians and from across the divide. The one who are Christian, the one we are Muslim, they all go pray. Christian and say join with for pray. As I can tell you now, we're in a very religious tolerant country. And one side you need for know now how we politicians and pray both ways. They can read the Al-Fatiha, they can also recite the Lord's Prayer. They can. They're very versatile in that. They're very versatile. And one side where they all converge and agree. Now that they are very religious tolerant. We are all very religious tolerant. And I pray that we keep that. And, we leaders them understand, say, as much as, we they pray, we they show God this way. Then you say that God they choose leaders. So when God choose you from the north, you need for make people in life better. I agree, we all get a role for play. We are all citizens. We get a part for play for make this country a better place. But the biggest responsibility lies on with political leadership, because then they lead the country to a path way for change them. Whether with their appointments, whether with waiting then they do. Sometimes then I wait to see leader then do that. They wonder where they appoint, then they get that tendency for do that and they back. Or lie. what you see with leader than they do. We all can get a tendency there for normalize them and do them. Because they say now in the part they do. And the kind of leadership we get here, we always, as almost always, can use with leader them as demigods. They're demigods. Why they talk to the pastor? Why not the partner? You know, we don't see leadership as service. For we, leadership, people are in a leader. They are some people and they worship them, man, and they worship them. They can't. Even if you want hold them accountable or want say truth to them, want ask them question. The other people all the things say no, you shouldn't do that. You forgive the utmost respect. Yeah, we for respect leaders. See, we belong to the religion and tell we that they for clearly respect leader and asking person question and holding someone accountable doesn't mean you the disrespect and I like you home. It don't mean say if you begin asking question about something we don't understand, it disrespect you. No, it doesn't mean so. Besides, for they teach people themselves to ask questions because it's helpful. You know, when you ask questions, it makes you a better person. You're able to understand than you assume, than you misinform and all that stuff. Then they. Yeah, but let God make we better people. Let God answer we prayers them. Let God make let God give you leader with empathy. People and we get sorry hearts. People and we understand. Say the lives of millions of people depend on them. Whatever decision and they make, in the good way, it will benefit people. Them in a very bad way, it will totally affect the lives of people. And may we get them understanding it, especially who they lead in different ways, not only political leadership, but in with communities, in then spatial day, in private sector, in whatever way, in attire base, market, any side. May we get them understanding then they and do things we go be better for we and we people them. We start the devotion with prayers. We pray this morning. Let us make we better people, make this country a better place. The people who they urge. By the way, I get a message from my colleague in Saudi, and I'll just read them out. Actually, they address there's this story where they go out where they say somebody na Saudi, Sierra Leone, and one of the people and we go the pilgrimage die. Actually they say no, then they no happen. That's not fake news. If you don't see them around, it's totally fake. There is no Sierra Leone. I'll just read waiting he actually sent me. Yes, let me see. Okay, it says as of now there have been no reported deaths among female Hajj pilgrims performing the 2026 147 Hajj pilgrimage under the Sierra Leone Hajj contingent. Pilgrims traveling under the Presidential Task Force on Hajj are reported to be in good health. The only reported case so far involves an elderly man who registered from the Gambia. Then a message from Alhaji Abubakar Ba, the information attaché at the Embassy of Sierra Leone, at the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. So there's a story, there's a photo of a woman where they go around. They say she's from Sierra Leone, she's a Sierra Leonean, and he died in Saudi during the pilgrimage. That's not fake news. According to the information attaché, that never happened, and they only get a case of somebody we register from the Gambia, but that not to death safe according to the message we send we. But let's start with prayer. Let us pray this morning. Let's seek God in blessing, in guidance, in protection, in life. We pray for our country. We pray for our leaders, them, for the presidents, the vice presidents, the chief minister, the ministers, them, we members of parliament, we chairpersons, mayors, councillors, and we serve as a people. Let God make we a better people. Let we get sorry heart for we serve. Let we lead with sorry heart in whatever capacity we get leadership, whatever service we provide. Let we understand, say, with time. We not get for day, and whatever we do good, we get for be accountable for. Whatever we do bad, we'll definitely be accountable for. Let us pray. Join us in prayers this morning as we start the devotion.
Father, in the name of Jesus, we thank you for a brand new day. Thank you for all you have done and what you are set to do. We thank you for how far you have brought our nation for the past 63 years. It is but your hand. Thank you for your mercy that has preserved our land and for the blessings of peace, natural resources, and the resilience of our people. We thank you for peace, serenity, and rest we are experiencing in Sierra Leone. Lord, we pray for endowment of wisdom from above for our leaders, our president, thereby leading in righteousness and according to your plan for our lives. Strengthen our president, keep him in health, and give him the wisdom, direction on how to rule and lead this nation in the name of Jesus. Lord, we pray that your peace that passes all human understanding continue to reign in our nation. We ask that you favor our nation, Sierra Leone, and open the gates of our nation to foreign investors, thereby leading to the growth and prosperity of this nation. We ask that you breathe upon our economy. Let there be job opportunities, divine ideas, and open doors for sustainable development. Remove every spirit of stagnation and corruption. Father, I pray for peace, unity among tribes, political parties, and religions in Sierra Leone. Let the spirit of division be broken, and let the banner of love and peace reign. Protect our nation from disaster, from violence. Let there be all-round peace, all-round breakthrough, and development. For in Jesus' name, amen.
Assalamu alaikum, Nina Abdul Latif Kabu. They made this supplication for the Truth Media that Allah will continue to help them and give them more growth. And also ask Allah for bless this country and make her one of the most enviable countries in the world, and should trouble, fitna, problem with we and give economic growth and success. Allahumma iftar lahu abwabu rahmatika wa abwabu salam wa abwabu khair. Allahumma taqabbal a'malina wa taqabbal salatana wa taqabbal du'ana. Allahumma asina aqibata fi umuri kulliha wa ajirna min izbi dunya wa azab al-akhirah. اللهم أقسم لنا من خشيتك ما تحول به بيننا وبين معصيتك ومن طاعتك ما تبلغ به جنتك ومن يقين ما تعين به بأسماعنا وأبصارنا وقوتنا ما آتيتنا واجعل وارث منا واجعل ثارنا على من ظلمنا ولا تجعل مصيبة في ديننا ولا تجعل مصيبة في ذريتنا ولا تجعل مصيبة في بيتنا ولا تجعل مصيبة في بلد سيرا ليون ببركة شهر رمضان وبخير شهر رمضان وبنور شهر رمضان. سلام سبحان نبيك عزة ما يصفون والصلاة والسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين.
We done the cry for so long. Do ya we done the pray so today the time don't come for make you answer. Retire for past be and do. Papa do ya sorry for you. Because we sense the nonsense if we not get you presence. And if we been get drunk, we for don't fet for ourselves. But we not able, now you capable. For pulu pandi skulala. The time you begin and the press. Do ya we need the pen for dog. We done the cry. Do ya just make the rain for dog. Can't help we laugh. So we country with their hand. We leaders them please guide them. Make them do good things from make we stand. For the land where we love, we sweet alone. We dey pray for Salome, oh Salome. We dey pray for Salome, oh Salome, we Salome. When we want talk, then they watch we pania. Papa do ya pull we panshemo. Never put much on we case. Lemon, let's come on now we get. Do am for we picking them all.
Great, Papa, do am for we picking them. We don't grow up in this country and we are told now we go enjoy this country. Now we encourage young people them and tell them, say, let them be hopeful, let them go enjoy this country. If we're not doing it for anyone, don't do them for the picking them. Young people them where they come up. How do they have a better life? How do we sit back, 10, 20 years from now and say, yeah, when we had an opportunity to serve in whatever capacity, now then here we do for change this place. And I can say, the opportunity we'll get right now, you check now all the sector them, you check the media safe, the civic space. Most of we are young people them. You check civil society, most are young people. You check the private sector, people who they run business, people who they get government contracts them for do. People already pay agriculture, where they get money from government for feed salon. Most are young people. You check the judiciary, the judges, magistrates, plenty young people, even the chief justice, relatively a young man. You check the cabinets, the minister them. Check the minister them. Now worldly support Eastern Lions, Mighty Blackpool, Arsenal, Manchester United. Now they meet up now, they hang out. Sabi yourself. Most are young people. Check parliament. The speaker, the deputy speaker, leader of government business, deputy leader of government business, leader of the opposition, deputy leader of the opposition, women's caucus, the leader of the committee, then the chair people of the committee, then a parliament. Most are young people. Most, if not all of them. So if we not play with part and create a difference, that at this time, in whatever capacity we do, we go try for do it right and make this place a better place for we picking and tomorrow, for the young people them where they come up, where they take over. We don't take over from people that now we've been there at any space they are. But what are we doing right? What thing we they try for doing at the right thing? Apart from enriching ourselves, apart from being arrogant, apart from, gaslighting people and thinking, classism, you pass them, or apart from thinking it's our turn, not on our turn, and apart from thinking that not on we turn, we no go support government, we always they oppose government no more, then for fail, because not so we say they wait for we own turn. Apart from that, how do we think? We get picking the people and we get position and then get don't born picking the you get family mama there, papa there, auntie there, uncle there, get nieces and nephews, get family here. How do you sit and think, say, yeah, this is not my family name now they carry, so I don't get an opportunity for lead. Lad one to the best of my ability. Tomorrow I know they then go remember me in a better and a good way. If we miss this opportunity, man, we've missed it. And you know, if we not do anything right, we'll be held accountable. We'll definitely be held accountable. We will. The young people are not left and give people now. And go to look who and point per way and sing per way. They will do it. They will do it. And one thing I can say is, people will get power and people them way get opportunity for serving whatever capacity in whatever way. For pull this thing at the mind say Leoneans now people them way you can do anything and you pass. Not this generation. The thing where we get now, social media they keep everything what they do. It keeps it, it shows. And thankfully most of we get where they serve, where they position them, we on social media. They share with stories and they share things them people and they do live. They come back. They will come back and remind us of what we do, what we say. They will. This generation. If we get this thought and thinking, say no, do I no more than they forget? No. And they remind you one day. And right now, so then they remind people them about things that we've been to happen few years ago or few time ago. Things that way you don't see or things that way you don't do. We all can't be perfect people, but we can do what we can for change things. We can. And like I said the other day, I made it talk about, you know, man can sleep and not dark. Why can go now and not meet light? I can feel bad. I can say, I can truly feel very bad. And I can say, you know, if we can just fix this, if we can just spend 10 years and fix this, say we are going to fix our light. Because for me, everybody knows say light been get problem with the previous administration. We all knew it. We knew. Nobody didn't know. And the previous administration lost power because people and things say they were not doing what they should do. When to an election in 2018, they lost power and people voted for another government. And they talk about Freetown don't big, it don't expand, we camp on water, we camp on light, we camp on social services. For God's sake, we do census. We not can do census. Why would they do census? Census actually they tell we say the population they grow. And for that we understand how for plan we safe and with development. And it's not just with Salono. Many other countries and then population and they grow, especially in the city, they grow. And for we more in a country where everything is centralized, most things are centralized. People can definitely get for camp. Then they move camp. What been happen? People that don't move camp, they're not able to go. And up till now, people are moving to come. Can't look for job. Can't look for other opportunities. So the city will continue for grow. It's real, definitely. But how do we plan? Not so that they make they get census for know how growth they happen, how the population they grow, and how for plan. But 30 days she talk about water. This dam them be making for this million people. 20 years, 30 years, we still live on the same talk there. Talk about lights. Community they don't grow. But we don't know say community and they grow. Not your government, not your Ministry of Lands can give permit for the people and bill side and they build. We don't know that. We don't know that the city they grow, new communities and they come up. Would they give land? Would they sell land and all? We can do better, man. We can do better. These excuses, you know, people vote for government, not for glad and they give them excuses. Fix the problem. Fix it, man. Fix it. That's why you're elected. 8 years, 7 years, we're talking about the same thing. And same excuse where the one them be they give it today. Tired, man. Tired. Let's take the pledge and anthem. They come back, take some stories. Today we get a packed program. We ever talk to the to DSTI, Jasper Assembly of DSTI. We also get to talk to Vicky Remo this morning, and you know, there is the report of Ebola where they across DRC presently, and country then they take measures for protect them people them. So this morning we're going to talk to the National Public Health Agency for know about with preparedness and what we for do as a people. So we get a packed program this morning. We they take the anthem and pledge. We they come back shortly. They do the roll call this morning. So it's after the holiday. Then we go take some stories. We go take some few stories. Then before we talk to our guests, them continue for stay with we. This is not the Truth Morning Devotion.
High we exalt thee when on that feet. Great is the love we have for thee. Family united, ever we stand, singing like praise, oh native land. We raise up hearts and our voices around, that hills and the valleys we echo our cry. Blessing and peace be ever thy home. Land that belongs Sierra Leone. I pledge my loyalty to my country, Sierra Leone. I vow to serve her faithfully at all times. I promise to defend her honor and good name always for our unity, peace, freedom, and prosperity. I put her interest above all else. So help me God. So help me God.
You know what time it is? Youth man, question time. Youth man, question time. Make we learn for ask questions, but things them where they happen now in sweet nation. You name the resources, waiting them from benefits this nation. From independence to 50 years of celebration, where they make youth man and they think I'm say something for them better. We still lay under British colonization. But man, they still not a question. Should be one of the richest countries in the world, but we still why we not a question? Why poor people just the poor? They rank and then they better. Why? Waiting do we not a question? Why make na salon no more the young no they grow? Oh salon. Why we not a question? Why make na ya no more education no they grow? Oh salon, how the internet slow. Now so we slow and you want then give me say oh. Big development, corruption, first position, clap for us. I know that's such occupation. These two can first pass on to Coco Bear with a big Naboduya. Una kill we slow, una shoot we right on sight. Yeah, maybe then they go better. I say na 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 na. We don't yes, I go try for unite this generation. Sabotage, make them misunderstand the intentions. Making away smart, but must ask you the question. One day, mama, why we still live on the same conditions? Why then he go be big question? You go answer mama, papa, picking confrontation. All these fucking kids in a fire bone, now we all young. You know don't know they touch them, and they see them when I say them not for us, kuna nothing. How long for the ala for the moment? As 2-3 months pass so.
Next man said, wait for you talk for pattern and boy. Till this country gets, how come they no able share? Among 6 million population, we know they ask questions to tax savior. As they reach there, so Papa God, you know, now for them sefen and family, them tell them go. Well, if Salon for get 50 million people, hey, you left, you don't die. Man, they know reach 6 million, if man in the suffer, so you want to go at 40 something million people back. We go up cham who say, politics, yeah. I know best is such occupation. Go there with the baby, now go do ya. Before na kill we slow, na shoot we right on sight. And maybe that they go better. Everybody say, na 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 na. Everybody say, na 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 na. Who stand better? Somebody cry and say,
Who stand better? Let's continue for ask the question because this country now we all you. Not one group of people no more get here. Now we all and no watch person and face safe. We ask question if somebody vex, level vex, ask no more. Watch cost person, not cost. Not cost person. Just ask question. Now you right. As much as now your responsibility as a citizen for votes, now so now you right for ask question we don't vote done. If what you vote for no they happen. And now your responsibility for support government back from ensure say if government want do what you vote for, you support them in new way. Whether you pay tax, you be law abiding citizen, you protect public property, you do everything right as a citizen. That's not your responsibility. No. Oh, ring the bell, ring the bell, ring the bell. Let's take some bits of roll call this morning. Magdalene Massa Boima, Fudzi Agbewa Dauda Tarali, Gabriel Indolo Lebi, Alisayo Mara, Abdurrahman Kamara, Abdullah Jirad, Maliki Dabo, Zeus, Amanatu Sanusi, Mustafa Janes, Altek Sal, Dauda Tarali, Clementina Williams, Fuad Bangoa Fuad, Albert Ea Bonzu, Tijan M. Kaikai, Bans Komba Lebi, good morning, my brother. Welcome. Reni Katatue, Aliyu Madie, Tunde Romario Scott, good morning. Sulaiman Manal Ba, Kingston Rashid, Mohamed Charles, good morning. Ahmed Kaba, Mohamed Jallo, Koma Polira, good morning. Awa Umubari, Kusna Bayo, good morning. Osfren Kamara, Bumi Seya Thompson Mote, Shiba Concepts, Shiba, Mengistu, General Kenneth Karimu, Adora Ketewa Boltman, good morning. Aminata Veronica Fode, Mohamed Madina Ba, Mos D, Suzanne Seya Koiwa, Kenneth Karimu, Frederica Crispina Johnson, good morning. Aliu Kamara, John Aruna Kain, Shekudine Kamara, Benjamin, Malcolm Simogo, Alematu Damanekene, good morning. Yes, Lamana Bakamara, good morning, Tokura, and belated happy birthday. Hope you had a good time with the family. Wishing you the very best. Fatmata B. Jallo, yes, Jaja, hope you had a good time. I see the Kabbalah, they celebrate Eid as well. They celebrate Eid as a champion. As in our fans, they never give it blow. Martin Kagbo, Alfred Mansare, Mohamed Kelly Conte, good morning. Good morning, Edwina John. Good morning, Miss B. Jaja, good morning. Augustine Koka, good morning. Fire Bayo, good morning. Lahai Sidibe, good morning. Peter Beckley, P. Bex, good morning. Baba Tarali, good morning. Good morning, everyone, and welcome. Santi Kadzola, Dominic Tom King, Desmond Ziggy, Anthony, Jawad Mohammed, Fode Tufan Kagbo, Chifo Amadou, Juliet Bai, Attila, Keti Jallo, Alaji Momo Kamara, good morning, Mayama Sila Koma, good morning, everyone, and welcome. It's always a blessing and a pleasure for get to na the program, and we appreciate that, and we'll continue for do them together. Junisa, Tony Sports, Kalon, my man Nawatalo, Western Rural, good morning. Albert, I not see you this morning. Albert, hope you do fine. Albert Lansana, you the salon presently. Hope you do fine. Elizabeth Masakoy, good morning. Good morning, everyone, and welcome. It is a pleasure for get to na the devotion this morning. They can take some stories. We take some stories quickly. Now inside the celebration of Eid yesterday, His Excellency the President been give an address. Usai he talk about things them way they happen online, and one of the things them way talk about will be report yesterday. Now the issue of we picking them. How do we protect young people, kids mostly, online? And I've been on talk around the other day, say for the check we picking them, phone them, which WhatsApp group then they, who then they follow on social media. Very important. Countries then they will discuss right now, or countries then they will get law safe for how picking and they use social media. But let's take the video quickly, we'll come back.
We future then and then young people they hand, we begin their hand. If you want for old fine and you want for enjoy your old age, you for take care of your beginning. Even if you not like the beginning, we're very difficult. But if you like yourself, now for make sure that beginning now good beginning, and you for train them, the values them. If in a Muslim, what you for do? If in a Christian, what you for do? The responsibility to society. The social media where the Imam referred to, other countries they don't begin banning for a certain age. And we say for remember that because adult they without social media, they know they do no better work. Because they hate bury inside the phone there or whatever they get, and they know they're able to pay attention to them. Begin all the work whatever they're supposed to do. But just imagine small picking, let's say below the age of 16. If we not tell them waiting, because all things there are social media, all things, you go able to learn book there, you go able spoil yourself there, you go able completely go astray, just depending on social media. So now we get prepared, reminded, because we get for make that proposition, we will get for control how we begin to use social media. Because they're doing this. Because we feature in a day small one they hand. We get foundations in they come up fine. All the problems they will get now the foundation where they don't lay before. But we try to solve the problems one after the other. I know say Australia don't run, even United Kingdom. They debate hotly now. A few other countries they don't run because they don't begin equate social media. They call it social media zombies. If those clean, they don't hold on. They don't mind if they not eat. Just get in phone. They very easy. They will the whole day. The thing about it there is now a beautiful technology where they make you learn past the one separate they teach you. If not that you want learn. But if you want to yourself, you go pour yourself there, you pass the big one then. So we get for control that for a certain age. Because after a certain age, we will give them the freedom for make a choice between the one go bad or the one go good. But until that time, they will for prepare for control social media. Plenty people that now they use it as a screen. Where one cause, they will go there, it's like how the Imam say, if they cause, they can't cause them. But you will. Mommy born you cause mommy cause. Something wrong with you. You wait. Mommy born you cause mommy cause. Something wrong with you. Something wrong with you. Now let me know the response to that. Because me know say God now the biggest judge, the greatest judge. Only that we mortal man they will not get patience. We want if now we as to how they cause you. If you able cut it here, you cut it here, you able kill her, you kill them. God know when they respond. You where they cause me, mama, where you not sabi am. And me don't say now me will get blessing. You go get you pay. That man cannot respond to that one day. That person they should say, you not respect your mama, you not respect your sister, you not respect no woman on earth. Because the country that will be the commoner the most. You know, if you're not good person, you're not able to listen and tell. So, this society, we don't talk about that. That is not the politics. So. That one day, it just create the impression they say, who say you come out? The one will carry you for 9 months, will breastfeed you, will make it up, you don't respect that. Anybody will cause any kind of because you do not respect to say come out, you don't respect the one will carry you, and me they appeal to the young people there. Man, nobody not going to that culture there. If we now a country of faith, me mama, one thing we need to serve is small. Me, we can make blabber. Because when they do the bad things, the way I go to run, it's a left hand to God. Anything we go to run, it's a left hand to God. It's not the faith. So, God inside the Bible, he talks, he said, person do anything to you, he said, left. He said, you not sabi repay. He said, now me sabi revenge. Left hand to God. And when you left hand, you go see the end.
That now His Excellency the President been the talk na the Eid prayer we be up in a President Lodge. He been the respond after the man been on talk, then call him for make a statement, and he been talk about then two critical issues then day about abuse online, and also we picking them, the young people them a lot. You know, in beginning they even take your phone, they know where to go, then sabi for go WhatsApp, then sabi use for fan, you know, music waiting for use and waiting not for use. But I think there are apps. I've been getting my colleague Ronnie been they tell me one time we'll meet up that it regulates actually how young picking them they use social media in our home. They get some na phone, na iPhone, it able regulate them phone when it is switch off the internet, whose side and they go, it able know which app then they use most, whose side and they go, and it able regulates them. So I think it's important parents them for you know, try for see how they could. This is personal. It's for you when you picking. So you know go expose them a lot. So a lot of things them way go be problem to them. We go make a lost focus within education. You know, pay attention to learning. I think that's important. We're going to talk to the STI this morning. It's technology. What you they do as well for, you know, the president said that conversation they for start, and it's something he's thinking about. And anybody as a parent, I think we all for be concerned about we picking them. Their online presence, especially at this time where a lot of things they happen, we can pose as a challenge to the education, to the well-being, and all of that. We'll take another story. You know, on it, I think it was on Tuesday, overnight during the heavy rains and breeze, a building collapsed na Kisi Road. My colleague Emmanuel Boa gets that update there. Let me just take them quickly.
Behind me, na a 5-story building where them Boa add to 6-story. We collapsed at around 1 a.m. today. We cannot be seen. This na Kisi Road, and authorities then come for car access. The mayor of Freetown City Council, Yvonne Akisoya, NDMA and SLRE. We talk to eyewitness them and affected people them. From all indication, people who tap in this community say they don't tap the people where they construct them because some of this building there be they collapse, but they're not being tapped. And about 3 buildings them affected, and up to 5 people them injured, but nobody not lost their life. Make we get from the authorities them and one day they are affected.
The frequency of them collapse there don't become very alarming. And when you see something don't become a trend, you need to ask yourself, what's in the underlying factor? An investigation has to be done. I'm not prejudice the investigation, but even as a layman, when you go beyond, you see the thickness of the slab, you see the pillar way small beneath them. You understand, say, there are challenges with the quality of the work done. In any country, in any society, for let things that work properly, there need to be rules, and the rules need to be enforced. Building permits, not so we the game. Now, Ministry of Lands to give building permits. The first question is, the building may get permits? We don't know.
On a normal day, Kisi Road can be jam-packed with vehicle them, but all movement don't cease.
People will be affected share with Roots Media their experience.
At around 1, just hearing some kind ugly sound, and then I wake up and Allah Jesus. From the very first day where they float, then send the motor, they all come and away from plazas. I go police come warn them and this and that. Then the second time back again, I go to the same police and also go report them. Then still adamant and still continue for do what they're not supposed to do. You see, and this old place now water area this.
1 o'clock, we dey say now we hear heavy sound. We hear heavy sound. Me mahala Jesus. Me dey go come inside. Instead the fetch for come inside, we call bracket here. Nothing not do you. Now take am. I go pin on door. Blood dey go dump na. I saw blood dey go dump na outside. I can't take the pikin and back. I pull on door. We able to go hospital.
John Van de Rogers, the Director General of NDMA, then self concern and with the Country Planning Act, now one effort for address the issue here.
Some of them really where they around, like just bushes for them at the back, so you cannot categorize them as seriously wounded. But one day we be small, we infected and pull and come out, but them can go. But the good thing here is that as a country, as a people, as a government, and as an institution, we're able to respond within recorded time. Now, say a lot of strides be done there. You know about the Country Planning Act, where Ministry of Lands began to do. There are many issues in terms of regulations within that particular act. I will not speak to all of those issues, but in terms of making sure that the policies are there, we've done the work with other institutions. We coordinate for attention, the urgency related to that particular aspect. We got to get a lot of regulation for make sure, say, this particular thing not will happen. Because as you rightly mentioned, anytime we're in the race, you see any kind of this situation where they arise.
AIG Brahma Kane, the regional commander east of Freetongue, say they no receive any early report as affected people them say, but then be able to respond to this issue a quick one.
Never in that time, anybody ever make report say, what is it for them? Or do something like that happen. Never in time. We never get short reports. One day, we never get them. Yes, we always respond when we get fault for save life for property. And this damage will occur. Immediately we don't run candy. We don't barricade the place. We don't condemn the entire side. We don't make sure she no money for kind of vicinity to investigate and see what happened. In the shortest possible time, the sooner we don't demolish it as fully, we clear the entire road. Nobody get access for use them back again.
As authorities don't respond to this incident, people wait up na the area say authority them for ensure say they monitor building construction projects them across Freetongue. More way this don't become alarming all about the place. For Truth FM, Emmanuel Boa the report.
Many thanks to my colleague Emmanuel Boa for the report today. And the National Disaster Management Agency and DMA pull a report yesterday. We say, I just read them too. We say the National Disaster Management Agency says the 5-story building that came crashing down at Kisi Road was the result of substandard materials and serious construction errors by the contractor. Preliminary assessments bring a sigh of relief. No deaths recorded and no evidence anyone is trapped beneath the rubble. Investigators reveal the building owner is believed to be living in the United States. Effort to reach his relative, they couldn't. This incident underscores this building issue. Every other time they get this old thing, and we so reactive. We now people we're very reactive. Them building there, I don't talk now plenty time about bridges. Simon can just show the video now that good bridge. Like show him as well. I remember I showed my the other day. Good bridge. Somebody they build right now the bridge. I actually don't share this video with the National Disaster Management Agency. See somebody they build right now the foot of the bridge. You see the water, you see saying a bank, you don't bank the water, they build it. They build right now this now Ugu bridge. I'm sure almost people in the past year don't see this. Somebody now right inside the water and they build so. So now some people in the begin building a bridge them where 2-3 years you know they see the bridge again safe. They don't cover and the bank take them build it. So this they go on. I don't share this video with National Disaster Management Agency. And it's happening. It's going up. Sometimes 3 or 4 months just now you go see. I drive past this place yesterday actually. The work still they go on there. And 2-3 months just now you go see they don't complete this. Other person can bank back a bill. Other person can bank. And the water they can't they go they hit on that say it collapse one day. Then we be very reactive back. The life pass, kissing an example, na kissing me born there grow up. Outside the building been collapsed the last time. We them been na Richard Allen, that area, the Bible Road. They don't begin, the side been collapsed, they don't build them up back safe. The bridge, you know, they see the bridge again, say people are not built from right down the bridge, they come up. And we they see them thing they are. We then at the communities there, they see them. People when we get authority, they pass them, they see them. We don't they highlight them, don't they bring onto people their attention. But it seems no one cares until something happen. Then we be reactive, we go there back. Spend money, begin give people them, compensate them. And I did watch na by Allentown. I did drive past by Allentown yesterday. You know that road there, before them expand that road there, some building them been there close to the road, them been there for demolish them and compensate them people in there. But when you go by Allentown, we pass Calbaton, I don't know if in a container then call, I don't remember the place, chaos or so. You know, say there is a space, the right of way, we stone them there. People don't clear them stone them there, they don't build store them there. If you see, so stone at the road, very close to the road. And I'm sure people are very responsible, don't they see that there. People don't build it. So imagine government try expand that road there back. You have to go broke them shop them there and compensate them people in there. You know, we see these things, we bring them to the attention of the authorities, but we not get power for acts. If people are we get responsibility, we get job, we get power, they know they take action. This building is going on right now the bridge, Ogu Bridge, they go on. And I'm sure people them don't see them, they don't see them, don't share this video, don't talk about them. We will continue for share them. Another story where we they end with, na the River Okel. I want to commend EPA. There was this video where somebody share with me, where then they do mining na the river Okel. I just read with EPA reports yesterday. So there is this River Okel. It said the Environment Protection Agency has swiftly responded to a viral video showing local miners along the riverbed of the Okel River during the where's temporary closure for maintenance. So they've been closed this river, they've been closed, you know, Bumbuna closed for some maintenance. But people in the mine at the place, if you watch the picture them, this na the river outside, the river where they flow for go down, na the outside Bumbuna, they get water, na the people in the mine so. Somebody go see them, you film them. Now make it fine if you see bad they happen in a citizen, film them and share them. The authorities then go act. And I want to commend EPA. I've been on talk about the Naya the other day. EPA don't go there, they don't stop work, they don't see some of the machine there and destroy some of them. But you don't see. When they complain about Bumbuna not able to supply electricity and they say Bumbuna they get water, people in the mine they back. They get caterpillar they all where they not the place and they mine they. Yeah, all the Apuna community, the outside chief, then they youth leader, then they must get councillor, they must get member of parliament, they must get leader then, and then community, and they watch, look the caterpillar. Now mining and they do not the river, so mining. Anyways, we go continue for bringing on the issues the way they happen. We'll take a quick commercial break, and we can talk to our first guest this morning from DSTI. Continue for stay with you. This and the Truth Morning Devotion. We're there on 103.9 FM. And we're also there on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. And we partner radio stations them across the country. Continue for stay with you. They can talk to us this morning.
Are you tired of waiting in long lines at the bank? Say hello to Omnilite, your ultimate banking solution from EcoBank. With Omnilite, managing your finances has never been easier. Here's why. Omnilite allows you to enjoy easy access to your account information across multiple countries. Monitor your accounts in real time from the comfort of your home or office. Rest assured with Omnilite, all your online transactions are guaranteed secure. Do you need to transfer funds? No problem. Whether it's domestic or international, Omnilite has got you covered. Make multiple payments effortlessly with our convenient multiple transfer service. And paying bills is a breeze with Quick Bill Pay. Plus, schedule future payments hassle-free with standing order. Want a checkbook? Just request it on Omnilite and it'll be delivered to your doorstep within 10 working days. Experience the convenience and efficiency of OmniLight today. Visit us online or at your nearest EcoBank branch to learn more. A better way, a better Africa.
When starting your day, getting fit is the first step. When the hustle starts, nothing should stall you. When it's time to plan your future, saving should be easy. When you're ready to expand, no room for excuses. When your child needs relief, waiting isn't an option. And if it's you asking, no isn't an answer. Because for us, when it comes to banking, it's all about you.
Across Sierra Leone, more people are asking the same question. Why buy fuel anywhere else when Cornex gives you more? Professionally trained attendants who know service matters. Cornex fuel, a litre is a litre every single time. And when it's time to pay, easy. Pay with mobile money, Visa or MasterCard, or the Cornex fuel card. Clean restrooms, welcoming spaces. Every station, every time. Clean fuel, clean spaces, clear value. That's why Sierra Leone fuels with Cornex. Cornex retail outlets. Always clean, always professional, always for you. Fuel smart. Get your Cornex fuel card today.
Just bring this. Since you're going on a fixed time, we get idea past the quest. I didn't believe all of you, not matter. I can show them what to do on me, no matter. But I never able one time. Who they make the child move that it's on like this? So I'm sure they be in the walk down like this. I feel the vision with the power with the sound like this. I change the game in there like the man should be. All once. One study, what's like a boat ship. Shepherd and the twins making pop up.
Take a chance, take a chance, take a chance.
You don't hear the good news? With Darlene Mercury, you don't come with the biggest news this year. With the Mercury Win a House raffle, you will get your own chance for win host this year, especially if you get lucky. Make we celebrate the Mercury Win a House raffle, where they begin April 1 and end July 21 this year. For qualify for this raffle, you for play up to 50 leones where you buy it per online sports game, and up to 250 leones per the Vegas game them. The more you play, the more you will get chance for win. But you no go qualify for the Mercury Win a House raffle if na bonus money or free spin you use for play. You go only win with money where you pull in your pocket for play, and if you make sure say you bite inside this period where the game then they go on. Now for try hard and increase your chance for win this host now the Mercury Win a House raffle where they run between April 1 and July 21 this year. Play more Mercury online sports and Vegas game them and win more raffle tickets them. The more you play, the more you get chance for win more raffle tickets and get more chance for win host where Mercury don't put down. This na big one oh. Mercury Win a House raffle don't come for we. Sometime now you don't come so.
Orange Maxis gets flexible data and voice plans them we go fit you lifestyle. Try the Colat Mini for just 70 Leone and get 2.5 Mbps speed for 7 days. You can need data anytime. Your bundle they give you fast internet anytime you day. For you can prefer customized plan. Your own bundle they make you select the exact data and voice package where you need. Find the best data and voice option now on Maxit. Download the app and stay connected.
Orange.
Welcome back. This is the Truth Morning Devotion on Truth FM 103.9 with the broadcast live from the studios na Ilcourt na Freetown. We're on Facebook, YouTube and TikTok. And they welcome we listeners them na the regions, people them na Tongo, na Kailao, na Pujeo, na Falaba. And also Kono, we get a new partner radio na Kono where they link we in the morning. Welcoming all we listeners them across the country. This morning they can talk about the DSTI. We can talk about technology, science, technology, and innovation, and how for digitize salon public service delivery. I get the pleasure of getting at the studio Jasper Sembi, when the Director and Chief Operating Officer na DSTI. Good morning, Jasper, and welcome.
Good morning, Lamgana. Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. It is a pleasure having you. And before we come on here, we're going to talk about deep fake AI and all of that. And preceding waiting president say, the president is concerned. I remember last week I mentioned that about how parents then go control how them picking and they use social media, waiting at the available apps them and how they can do that. You think that is something as a country, as somebody in the tech industry, it's something we should be thinking about?
Well, yes, cybersecurity and also how we protect through picking them as they access the internet, now a concern all over the world. Both governments and parents them all over the world concerned about how to protect through picking them exposure on the internet. Mm-hmm. You get Bokutin the way go and bug picking them if you not control the sites the way they're able to see how protected they are. And now even as a technologist, not DSTI, where I mean as an institution where they develop technology, where they approach everything with the build with built-in safeguards for picking them. We get strong partnership with people like UNICEF, with agencies like UNICEF, where they help we for design their approach. So the goal, not to for wait stay issue happen, not build tool without the end in mind. Start with the end in mind. So every tool they do at DSTI, if you get for do with picking them, we get put in the way we don't build, we get for do with picking them.
Yeah.
I can tell you for a fact, say we start with built-in safeguards. So we build the tool with dandy in mind. So we need for protect the picking them, what's in the exposed to, how they use the tool, etc. And Boku tool and they way available na iOS, iPhone, Android. Android then get family tree, iOS then get screen time. We parent them will use for protect and picking their usage on the internet. Me I get picking them. They're all then on my phone.
Yeah.
I me they control how long you spend on the phone. I me they control this website you able access. I they see how long you spend on the phone. I they see the trend every week. So I go tell you, say, hey, you're not studying enough this week. You spend too much time on the phone this week. It's very simple. Family, just look family tree on Android and look screen time na Apple phone, iPhone. And you'll be able to do it for yourself easily.
It's very, very important. We give a way for help people. Maybe they talk about public awareness for people them understand. Me say one me paddy Ronnie, the BBC Media Action. Now me they explain to me. Get an iPhone. He was showing me how it regulates, how in picking and the user. It's very important. But now look at DSTI since its establishment in 2018, right? We get the chief minister now. We come as the chief innovation officer. He's still serve in that capacity there. And there's this buzz about technology, innovation and technology in with governance for the very first time. Since the inception of DSTI to also we did presently, I they read na the website, I see active projects on I get 10 plus and I don't impact 2 million plus people. Waiting on some of the active projects them we I don't implement with government and for help with service delivery.
Then a good question, a generic question. If I say I answer that question, I will talk to you tomorrow.
Okay.
But let's talk about the active project then. Okay. No agency, not in a salon with DS, no ministry, sorry, not in a salon with DSTI, not on support. Absolutely no ministry. In one way or the other, we don't support every ministry in a salon. Let me start with health, well, body business, because now they affect all man of the country. We don't do so much with body business, with the Ministry of Health. The most active projects we do now, we are think say very, very impactful na Press Track. Press Track, we call an Combra app. Combra app na app where they capture all the belongings na the country. They track the visits when they go visit the clinic. They send to the alerts on when for going to clinic, the nearest clinic, and they also connect them with the midwives, the clinics, and make sure say the antenatal, the visits, and it also capture the early warning signs. Powerful tool. That tool is so powerful that UNFPA Global, and they talk to DSTI now, they will make an open source, so other countries then go copy them. And name Press Track, PRESTRACK, Press Track, I mean pregnancy registration and service tracking. Right now, as they talk, the Ministry of Health, they roll them out across the country. The STI build Press Track, we pilot them across 40 clinics, and now we don't enroll over 15,000 Belloman them on Press Track. The Dr. Francis Moses, where they head the project now, Ministry of Health, currently, they all around the country, they popularize Press Track, they encourage midwives them for use them. Let me come to education. Actually, let's still stick to health.
Yeah.
If you look the health cadre, the workforce, not the health force, you will notice say over 80% of them are nurses and midwives. So what we do now the STI, we say, okay, the three big council within the Ministry of Health, the Sierra Leone Nursing and Midwifery Council, the Sierra Leone Allied Health Council, and the Medical and Dental Council, how we go support them. We say, okay, let me digitalize the health workforce pipeline. Then are the training, when they train them, they nursing school them, the absorption, when they employ them, the retention, when they keep them at the workforce, and the attrition, when they left the workforce. So we build SLNMC portal. This portal they regulates all the nurse system and midwife team in the country. When about 18,000 of them, 80% of the health workforce. Well, body business, now world business. So what's in the STI do? We get this portal where every nurse they register for, where they did nursing school, then get an index number. This portal they capture them, and they capture them training, and they capture them CPD, which man called continuous professional development. Then training they will nurse them for do every year for me to keep up to the standards where the world they go. Then they get the best, let able provide the best quality of care. So now the Nursing and Midwifery Council get this portal where at the click of a button, we enter a nurse in PIN code or index number, we able to see if this nurse qualified, we see if the nurse they comply with CPD. That means to say if they learn, if they improve himself. Then you see say if the nurse get license and they get they in good standing with the council. That means to say ethically they comply with the council and ethical standards. Powerful tool. That tool there, once it's rolled out across the country, in fact, as I talk now, we don't enroll over 12,000 nurses them.
Okay.
Out of 18,000.
Now, una they meet and enroll them, or it's accessible to them and they can just register?
It's accessible online. So we work with the council. Now the council they manage them.
Okay.
We don't build the tool. We don't do several consultations. We don't do several validations. Now we don't hand over to the council. SLNMC, the registrar of the council, now they handle land. Over 20,000 nurses then they register now. We get hundreds who register every day. So very soon we'll get 100% coverage when 18,000 nurses and midwives.
Okay.
Now members say we don't do the Combra app. Now we target the nurse system. So the people them and the workforce.
Service providers. Yeah.
Now not just SLNMC. Let's come back to Ministry of Health. Will they do the same thing for the Allied Health Council? Then are there other health workman they will not to doctor, dentist, nurse or midwife. Will they do the same thing for them? After that, will they move to the Medical and Dental Council? Before you know it, DSTI don't capture the entire health workforce. We don't digitize them. We make sure they enforce CPD and they learn every year. They maintain good standard of service. And the administrator them. Imagine now you open clinic, nurse Sally come to you. Say me a nurse, I don't apply for car work. You easily able to go on this system.
You track
you track. You say, okay, this person, he learn nursing. This person, they study, he qualify, and he get license, and he not get no problem, no ethical problem.
Okay.
So you see how impactful the NTRB. What they do for all the council them.
Okay.
You still want to talk about other sector them?
Yes. What's in our, I think one side where DSTI gets huge visibility in the education sector.
Yes.
From where the chief minister have been there in the Ministry of Education with as chief innovation officer as well. There was this app where they help people them for check them results online. And I see una pull new one. Is it about to ask who size student in the study or get past papers as well? How much then they don't change with access and help student them for understand or even help parent them for save cost?
So you're right where you see one of the most impactful projects the world ever do at the STI, now the 468 results checker. And we don't do boku work with education. I can talk boku now about all the amazing things we do on education, not just the ministry, but we get direct intervention them. But we can't show down the later. 468 result checker na a tool we build we USSD based. That means say you don't forget smartphone for using. This tool is save salon people millions, hundreds of millions of leons, because people they buy scratch card, boku them for access results. But the education minister then, when Dr. David Senge, he kick off this project. He said, let we democratize access to results. So we build this tool. We get over 4 million plus hits. We salon people and make granny with the upline be able to use scratch card for picking the results. It save boku money. 468 now been that tool day. We're very, very proud of. It affects almost every parent in this country when picking seats public exam.
Yeah.
Now, what you mentioned, secondly, you say we get one tool where with the app picking them in the country for seats public exam. They're not new. We don't get that tool there for over 5 years.
Okay.
And then learning passport.
Yeah.
So learning passport now a tool where we get in partnership with UNICEF, where we operate. They are available in the Play Store. Then it also available now all with digital learning hubs that we get across the country. I don't know if you want to talk about that now.
Yes, please. It's important.
So learning passports and the hubs that we get. So the learning passport now tool where you can go. We don't digitalize all the learning curriculum for WAS, for Becker and MPSC. So you go on this tool, you'll be able to do practice questions and answers. You'll be able to see past questions and answers. You'll be able to study on this tool. This tool is interactive, intuitive. That means to say you enjoy where you play with them. Yeah. Now this tool there online, the flyer they all over social media right now.
Yeah, Miss FCM. I think when gets a very good, very visible online platform, Facebook and other spaces.
Yes, anybody can download this tool. But most importantly, DSTI gets over 50 digital learning hubs across the country where they manage.
These are spaces?
Spaces across the country. We get 4 who they manage directly. We don't manage them for over 5 years. We get na EBK University na Makeni. We get na ETU, Eastern Technical na Kenema. We get na IPAM. We get na FBC. Each one of them hub there. They get over 20 computers. They get free solar power. They get free high-speed internet. To date,
anybody can walk in and
that mommy where they sell granates in the streets, where they pass now, IPAM can walk in and go to training. And as I don't show now, we don't train over 83,000 Sierra Leoneans them. We don't certify them. We don't get the certificates where now UNICEF and DSTI the issue. 83,000. Every 2 weeks, they graduate them 400, 300. 2 weeks ago, I mean, they Kenema and McKinney, over 306 people and graduate. It's so amazing for see the impact with DSTI again at their hub there. And I say 50 because we get other one day where they manage to private sector and NGO like ST Foundation.
Now schools and the universities?
The other 45 or so, then are schools them. But the 4 we they manage directly, then are ETU, EBK, IPAM and FBC. We don't run them for over 5 years. And the impact's amazing. The way IPAM now, you see they follow up. Within 2 weeks, you see then they graduate. It's amazing for see how much we don't improve digital literacy across the country.
What's the feedback one I can get, with the app there and the impact we want to create? Una get a feedback mechanism for understand how people then they use them and how then they get involved in interactive with them?
Well, digital transformation na President's Bureau it in our heart. For the first time in a salon history, we got a president who is so committed for see an efficient and effective public service delivery. And the tool way they use, the tool way people don't use all over the world. With my country, that how they call it so. The tool way they use for improve their country and technology. Now we got a president with kind of power. He set up DSTI, an agency, first of its kind. They appoint a competent and extremely intelligent chief innovation officer. Then in second term, he set up an entire ministry dedicated to technology innovation. Then DSTI is still thriving. So, for answer your question, feedback mechanism, yes, of course. In fact, for more the bill we solution them, we make sure we get a consultative approach. Like how we connect 5,000 schools across the country, so wow, can't later. We'll not just the connector for the schools. We'll go meet the Edman there, we'll meet the Mami Queen there, we'll meet the area boy there. The consultative. We do what's in them called validation workshops. Before we launch anything, we get 4 or 5 iterations, we get 4 or 5 revisions, we put all man inside the room. we take sample of Makituma and them, bring them inside the room, and let them give feedback. We get a tool where we build for people the way when they hear, when they talk.
That na me best out and call. I just don't send them to make me guide them for download them. We'll play them and we can talk about them. I think now one of the most innovative things that we may see we wanna do. And I remember I've been talking about them now some time ago. Think say, you know, for me, we think that they happen in the show. It's an innovation and it show the impact where they create. We can talk about that shortly, but I want to ask about the connectivity where you talk about.
So you're still not answering question.
Okay.
So for answer a question on how we get feedback. So the tool level they build, mostly even when we hand them over to the agencies them, we get the back end. So we see the logins, we see the usage, and we track them. And by tracking them, we're able to improve the uptake because with the boost we post them, we do more consultation, we encourage people and make them use them more. You know, so yes, we track usage and we very much impressed with the progress and the usage of the tool that we don't build.
The connectivity we talk about, I don't know if this is the World Bank funded project.
No.
Okay. There's been a long time coming project where I know I don't hear about connecting universities and schools as well. Like, what's in the idea of this project where they talk about connecting schools? Is it with internet or technology and other innovative things there?
Okay, so we can talk about connectivity, then we can talk about the project.
Yeah.
You know, my family, Salon, they do so well. You know, I think say at times we're not can do well for tell we story, but we do amazingly well. Right now in our Salon, as I talk show, we get 100% 3G connectivity coverage across the country. We got over 92% 4G coverage across the country. We get 100% standalone 5G coverage in the city. We get 100% satellite coverage across the country. So we can to connectivity as far as the infrastructure goes. Salon is a leader in the world. We for be impressed by the progress. Yeah. Now, the project where things say you talk about now the Sierra Leone Digital Transformation Project, SLDTP project. So that project is being managed at the Ministry of Communication, Technology and Innovation.
Okay.
That project is amazing. I suggest you invite the project coordinator now. They can tell you about them. But then they a bigger ministry approach.
Okay.
Also DSTI, the manager. Although we get component then they will manage things like skills training, you know, things like drone technology. But are very much part of that project there, and they therefore cause so much impact in this country. In fact, now under that project, where they do the deep fake awareness campaign now, where we team they all around the country, they engage stakeholder them. Now, on your question about school connectivity, this project is named GIGA, GIGA. So GIGA and ITC, ITU, UNICEF initiative, where the government of Sierra Leone, in fact, this minister now, Salim Abba, we been the DSTI. Now we all should have been right up these projects. Salim Abba have been the leader, the project manager of this GIGA project.
Okay.
So I can very proud for see the progress of GIGA. Now let's talk about GIGA. GIGA aim for connect 5,000 schools across the country with solar power and internet. For this year alone, we connect 403 schools. As I talk show now, we don't connect over 70 schools in Freetown, Western area and Western rural. Over 70. All the balance will connect the provinces upline.
Okay.
The goal now for connect the most remote school to the internet. So the goal now 5,000 schools will connect 403 schools now. When they just connect them with solar power and internet, will they connect them, then will they manage them for 2 years. Will they pay the subscription, will they maintain them and make sure say people can use them. Now this is not the government of Sierra Leone, President Bio, I bring this show to certain people. Speaking of impact, the approach where we get for connecting school there, not to 9 to 5 no more, school picking and come inside, teacher use and for go online, then they all fine. But the internet open to the community, especially in the rural areas. Now before we connect any school, we engage the community. So it's beautiful for see 9 to 5, the school and they use the connectivity. Then after 5, the community, they see all man there around. What are they putting phone? What are they putting tablet?
What's the desired impact of this? What's una want to achieve with this? Is it just connectivity? You say people can go and browse and go on Facebook and use social media, or it's to impact learning generally?
People can learn on social media as well.
Yeah.
You know, it's whatever you use the internet for. brings you knowledge. Now you they choose the knowledge you will access. If you want to access knowledge within the course and talk about gossip all day, it's up to you. If you want go watch how for make ear, how for make frontal, how for make wig as young girl on YouTube and learn how for do makeup, it's okay for you. Which in the government they do, they provide access to internet. We don't talk about the figures them earlier. Remember what UCA Salon, they do amazingly great with coverage across the country. So the goal for connecting school and then community and they now for provide internet access to people, especially people with the upline, who they are the remote area them. People who are poor, unable to afford data. Their school are to connect, so they provide internet for them. Also, the governments don't connect over 26 campuses across 13 universities. So when it comes to connectivity and internet, the watchword and inclusion. The president, the chief minister, and the chief innovation officer, they're very much particular about making sure, say, we open up access to internet and we open up access to power, and then school there, and then communities there, so people then go able for tap into the internet, see learning materials, use the platform there where we get for teach picking them out for practice for the exams them, etc.
Okay, let's take this video quickly. Let's just watch them. We can talk about them. Finally, people understand. We make I think say it's very innovative and helpful in the education sector. Let me just watch them quickly.
Communication is connection, but for many in our deaf community, that connection has too often been out of reach. That's why DSTI, in partnership with UNICEF, is introducing Le We Talk, a new app that translates sign language into speech and speech into sign. With Le We Talk, barriers begin to break. Deaf children in our schools, families at home, and friends in the community will be able to understand each other in ways never possible before. Because everyone deserves to be heard. Everyone deserves to be understood. Let We Talk, coming soon. Let's talk together.
The video now, UNICEF has actually post this on their Facebook page. Then I watch them and I was like, when they talk about education and inclusivity, most times we knocking member the deaf and dumb and even blind school. But when I see this, I say yes, this is something that is inclusive and helpful. How far are they with this project and how user friendly it is? I get one my colleague we get picking with deaf, and I can see where they complain about the challenges where they go to for able to get access to learning materials.
Now the inspiration, Dandy. The inspiration is if Mama Day we get picking with deaf in a talk, how we go understand how the picking they communicate, how the picking go understand which is Mama they communicate. So let me talk now that application day where they do that interpretation day, and you get for day on the App Store, you get for day on the Play Store. You able download that on your phone. You question how far we did with Andy. We don't let we talk. We don't let we talk from last year. What we do now? We do validation workshops with a group we name Sign Language Club. We get a lady there we name Winifred. The other one is Susan. We also get support from the Chief Minister and WEF, Madam Kate Senge. So the validation workshops they can take time. You get forget people in the room. You get forget people from a sample from people that were affected by the solution. Then you get for do iterations, you get for change the signs. So now then correction and they would they do right now for we launch this app. Then kind of technology I then call an assistive technology. Not the first thing this way they do technology for people that we get different I know I use disabled and they use disabled now. We get different abilities. We don't work with people that we get different abilities. So let me talk now. Very, very impressive app.
Okay. Let me look at service delivery generally. Very recently, I see you now work with ACC, Police, Ministry of Electricity, EDSA, and chat box with electricity problem. How are they roll out, helping ministries, departments, and agencies for digitize, and also at some point I can say if una the help the institution there for do this, the people that they provide the service need for understand how for use the system, then they not only the public. How una they work on that?
The first thing I say about Kayana that I don't know any ministry with DSTI, Directorate of Science, Technology and Innovation, not on support. Now, for answer your question, what's now we approach for help for digitize the public sector? We approach now, well, before now, what we do, we support Boko ministries and agencies from the back. When they can before for can explain what should they do. But now we can before, when I make a day today for can explain what should they do. Think of it, any ministry, police, military, health, education, agriculture, we don't support. So we approach is, we they look for impact. We can sit down, if they not can meet, we ask we they sit down, we think, say, what we will do, we will create the most impact to everyday Sierra Leoneans. What's in President Bio call human capital development. We mostly now well body, education, and food. What you eat, your capacity now your brain. And how you feel, your health. Now I make with support the agency there. For example, Anti-Corruption Commission don't do a great job for bringing down the corruption index in the country. But for enhance their work, then we need an online platform. Then we get one, we're not being too efficient, not being too user friendly. So the approach we don't build an amazing solution. When then they use now for rollout. I just declare me asset self 2 days ago. So every
plenty money there.
No, but I'm a public servant. Yeah. Almost. So every public servant, every civil servant, we reach that day. They declare their asset now on this beautiful, seamless portal with DSTI developed for ACC, Anti-Corruption Commission. Yeah, it's an amazing tool. And we do the same for EDSA, who we call NPA. We're all affected by blackout. We all see blackout, we all feel blackout. But mechanism not been there for let EDSA able categorize all the faults that people can get. If you meet a bond, if you transform a bond, if person go thief cable, if you not get light for long, you think say faults there. Mostly in a call them in the call center. When you call and what man they pick them up. 2,000 people then cannot call at the same time. And we person pick them up and get for make manual and notes of them. No. So DSTI developed what we call the EDSA chat box, where they use the most popular tool we people that are using at the world now in our WhatsApp. WhatsApp is the most popular social media tool in the salon.
Yeah.
So we use WhatsApp, we create this chat box. And name chat box because you chat with them and a robot. Chatbot. Now on this tool, you're able to go there, with the report fault. You not only report fault, you're able to see what's in the engineer them call load shedding. Load shedding are your light timetable. So before you do anything safe, before you complain, you're able to see your light timetable in your area. Just click no more the button, you see the light timetable. When you see the light timetable, you know whether you go ahead and report fault. Then you're able to report fault. They report any fault. The robots, they answer you throughout the process. Where you don't report your fault done, the robot, they give you case number, they give you report number. Not so only that, you go down report your fault, you don't forget about that day. Sometimes 2 days after, they chat the car back, they show you the progress of that fault where you don't report. Say this fault where you report 2 days ago, a day with a technician now. This fault we don't escalate them to a higher authority. This fault we don't send people there for go fix them. This fault has been resolved. Your case is closed. So not just report, they track the progress of your report. Now the EDSA chat box with DSTI don't develop for EDSA, for help you up at this blackout business. Now when you play with the chat box, it looks simple to you. But the beauty of this work with DSTI don't do, now in the back end, now the dashboard we EDSA get. EDSA gets a powerful dashboard now. We go help them so much for improve their efficiency. This tool they will categorize all the faults them by location, by false theme. It able help them for with the click of a button for escalate to the appropriate technician within the area or we qualified for go work by that kind of faults they. It able make they even escalate the faults to management in case it don't take too long. the system they able to give them alert for any fault. We don't take too long with no address. Then, as I mentioned earlier, they talk to the customer back.
Okay.
Yeah.
The response time. What's in the response time?
It depends on how well EDSA manage them.
Okay.
But we don't train EDSA call center staff fully, and then the manager now. So DSTI, what we can build them tool there, where they build them, where they take so much time for validate them, we take so much time for train the end users, then we hand them over, give them. So now, so we don't do with EDSA.
What's in the level of acceptance, within, the public service? Because, people then still get institutions and when they go to, we get opportunity for include technology in the service within they provide, but still you get for go fill form, you get for use paperwork. What's in the level of acceptance in digitizing public service, especially the way most times get interaction with the public?
Yeah, before I answer that question, I just announce to people the EDSA chat box number.
Okay.
Yeah? So the EDSA chat box number now 075 672 672. Save that number there and go now WhatsApp and begin chat with our robots there now. If you get any fault or you want to see light timetable, it will show you. This is now the great work with DSTI don't do for support we all for this blackout business. Now you question on acceptance. This is a question where I can get boku time. Recently while they go on any radio or TV station, people and they ask, what's your biggest challenge na DSTI? I think the biggest challenge, we're not to just me the face, even the minister, anybody with the work on digital transformation, nationwide the face, now the resistance to change. We're so blessed in Salon, right? We get a leadership, we embrace technology. We get President Bio, he love technology. We get the VP, love technology. We get David Senge, Chief Minister, world-class technologist. So we're not the leadership problem. We're not to them country, they will leadership, they no respect or embrace transformation. I think, one thing what we could do better, now, if the civil service, we are the engine of the economy, if they embrace technology, if we build them tool there, where we call the permanent secretaries, where we call the end users, where we do validation workshops, then show up, they make contributions, and where we launch them tool there, they actually use them. Like where we launch Press Track, the Combra app, then nurse them for actually use them. Not below man for go to any clinic right now, you write a book. You for register them on Press Track. Use the tablets we get and register them. Nobody not for the acting aid now for report faults to EDSA. Then for use the EDSA chat box with DSTI don't develop for EDSA. Nobody know for acting aid, but how for register as a nurse or as a midwife. 18,000 of them. We don't capture them now the medical, now the nursing and midwifery council portal with DSTI bill for Ministry of Health. No other health worker, not for acting aid, but how for complete and continuous professional development. DSTI don't do that. So for answer your question, the biggest challenge what I think we will face for rollout technology across the country, now the uptake, and the uptake for do with the civil service. We need for use Yahoo and Gmail for send government documents.
Yeah, maybe they see some institution they use somebody in the some people and then your email address and they put there.
That's the most basic resistance to change what we face. We don't roll out tools them across the country where they roll them out to make noise more time, but the uptake slow.
Is it about infrastructure, investments in the institution?
No, it's about attitude. It's an attitudinal change thing where we need in the civil service. I think people are also scared of technology because technology they bring efficiency and effectiveness. Till we 5 man they do, till we 10 man they do. People get for go through 5 people. Each person they sign, each person get for collect something for they sign. Technology they come with the click of a button, it happen instantly. To get 30 steps, or they bring them down to 5 steps. So some people just afraid say, oh, this the one can pull me job na me.
But the target for the ministry as well, na part of the medium-term national development plan of which you for achieve. How then they
force the use of technology within MDAs.
Yeah.
Then they provide websites for every MDA. Then they enforce the use of official emails. Then they develop. The minister there around now, they develop data centers for make sure we localize and get standardized and full control of the data across government. She's doing a lot of amazing things.
Okay.
The government, they do a lot of amazing things. DSTI, they do a lot of amazing things. But
I'm still constrained as to how ministries like the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, ministries like Ministry of Works and Public Assets, Ministry of Internal Affairs, these ministries not get any functional websites where I can go and get information and data. And I'd imagine, say, we get institutions like DSTI, we get Ministry of Communication and Innovation and all of that. How does that happen? Is it still about the issue of resistance and people don't want things to happen?
I think, say you're wrong. Most ministries get websites.
Yeah, I mentioned the one them specifically where I mentioned, so you can check them. In a ministry that we don't check for interact with and get information. Okay. I mentioned specific ministries, right? I mentioned Ministry of Foreign Affairs. I mentioned Ministry of Internal Affairs, Ministry of Works and Public Assets. These are sides where I don't go forget. I'd imagine, say, public information for the able access. Most institutions, and they actually we get effective websites. Then they, like Ministry of Trade and Industry, I've been to their website. National Public Procurement Authority, I've been there. They get information and data there.
Yeah. Well, what I would say to that is, I know, say, the ministry gets the ministry MOCTI get strategies and policies where they don't enforce, and then they enforce. I know, say, under the SLDCP project, the government, they build websites across the board. The government, they enforce the use of official emails. The government, they don't standardize the email gateway, and they make sure, say, every ministry comply. But it's a good thing that you bring this up. I like you form of interview. You always push back. I think so when people like Kaya, you for ask them.
Yeah, I've asked them. I'm asking, like, what you make they ask you now? Now the issue where you talk about acceptance. I ask you about acceptance.
Yes.
How people can go understand, say, this is beyond individuals as ministers or people. It's about the country and institutions. Yes. Say, for instance, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. If somebody wants to travel, definitely want to go to the website and check about information about the country.
Yeah.
If it's important, big ministry like that, they get a functional website, right?
It's a good thing we bring them up. But we get agencies like DSTI, we're always there for support. Every ministry and MDA. We get an amazing minister, Salim Abba, where they push for the thing there. Now I make at the big, the civil service, let we embrace technology. Now for your own good, now for your efficiency, your effectiveness. Now technology, where you embrace in a public service, it make the government spend less. They make processes smoother. They make all things more secure. We left for use boku cash. That boku money they use for go pay for something. We get for put for this, put for it's not the day again. Because you apply online. Look now, you apply for passports online.
Yeah.
Now we get a solution we name OneGov, WANGOV. We be able to go on you pay for boku public service delivery online, and then they process them for you, then deliver them for you. So they make progress. Most of the technology is there. Most of the infrastructure is there. We just need the public service for embracing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Jasper. But waiting are you aspiration and you aim for see DSI? This morning I've been talk about how we as young people get opportunity for serving public service in the private sector in different space. Waiting are you aspiration and how you want for see DSTI lead the role of digitizing public service and create an impact in service delivery?
That's a good question. My goal now, we approach now DSTI now on impact. We approach now impact. Now I make work come first. I just throw figures them around. Because people like ask what's in DSTI they do. Well, if you go look what's in DSTI they do, you will be very much impressed. Go on with social media handles, go on with WhatsApp channel. Go on the website, you will be very much impressed because we know to Boku talk. We would throw away numbers them. What I tell you, say we don't train 83,000 youths on basic digital literacy courses. They range from Tech 101 to coding and programming and work readiness courses. People then they go now, we help them, then they train and they get certificates where they help them for get jobs now. We don't support almost every ministry. We support the Ministry of Health, Ministry of Education. For answer your question, we approach now impact. We approach now human capital development. We approach now for use technology, for make sure say that man within a village able access them through there, able to get free education on his phone or now the hub that we get across the country. They can able work go inside the hub then they and do free exam practice. We approach now for make sure say people able to access them through there and at low or no cost.
Okay.
Now make most of the tool level with the bill enough fancy with the bill on which they call USSD. Star 468, star this, that, and most of them SMS based. So you never need to get smartphone for access most of the tool level with the bill. You can get button phone, you still able to do them. But DSTI don't do so much amazing work, and the president, the chief minister, and everybody in our government, we embrace technology, is very much impressed with the work they do, and we are appealing that the civil service embrace technology because that's the way forward.
Yeah, it's important. You know, we don't need you know, it's not about taking job you work from, you know, for make you work easy.
Yeah.
You know, people are able to go online and I still think say at this age and time we get ministries, department agencies, they need to get presence online because it's easy. I cannot just call and ask for some information. If it's online at your website, I can just go like DST, I get presence. I mentioned it. Yeah. I can just go and get data there and I can use them for ask question and do stories. It's important. And a part of the access to information active ministries them MDs them for able to put out information, you know, for able to give access to information. But thank you so much, Jasper, for your time. Thanks for the work you're doing with the young people in a DSTI. We always go continue for the getting conversation there on the work on they do and the new app them way on they introduce for make service delivery very easy for the public. Thank you so much. We'll take a quick break. We can talk to our next guest this morning. Vicky Remo is already continue for Stay With We.
In the heart of Sierra Leone's dynamic rhythm, Rocal Commercial Bank is your beat to a brighter financial future. We're not just a bank, but we're your financial partner committed to your success. We've got the financial tools you need to rise higher. Our team is here to serve you with speed and a smile because your time matters to us. So, are you ready to unlock financial prosperity? Highlighting key banking services such as Keke loans, Combo account, fixed deposits, SME loans, internet and corporate banking, from savings that grow your dreams to loans that fuel your ambitions. Demonstrating fast and friendly customer service, showcasing cutting-edge banking technology and ATMs. Access your money anytime, anywhere with our state-of-the-art technology and a network of ATMs. Our Rocal SimCopper app puts banking in your hands, where you can pay for EDSA, Afri Money, Orange Money, and pay bills including school fees and make transfers to other bank accounts. Remember, you can also experience Rocal e-banking today. Then join us now. Visit any of our branches or explore our website. Rocal Commercial Bank, your bank of choice.
At Farmos, freshness isn't just a promise, it's our way of life. From raw and smoked catfish to kanya peppers, benny, rice and gari kanya and natai, from premium crayfish, ogiri and fufu to smoked chicken, fresh eggs from the farm to the fridge, country chicken and garden fresh vegetables. Try our habanero pepper, gari, hot pepper sauce, pure honey and so much more. All locally produced, organically grown, harvested fresh every day, and hygienically processed. A fresher taste, healthier foods, stronger communities. Farmos, fresh from our farms to your home.
Welcome back. This is the Truth Morning Devotion on Truth FM 103.9. We broadcast live from the studios na Ilkot na Freetong. We on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. We on we partner radio stations them as well across the country. We don't talk about technology just now with Jasper, and we can talk about the media, and somebody we don't spend a lot of time for make salon famous. I get Vicky Remo this morning. At the studio, and it's a pleasure. And I want to tell you now about Vicky Remo, right? And the contribution we do to Truth Media. You know, when we wanted to start, I get this thought about I for work with other people. It should not just be me. If you check the sound, we can start with. We get Yusuf from the UK. We do a sound for we. We get a guy in Kenema. We do some accordion for we. Then Lala Sidibe, he come here and record we opening sound for the program. And I had these thoughts. How do I work with people for create colors, you know, we logo and waiting to be with slogan. So I reached out to Vicky, and yeah, she did the she did the work on a discount.
Don't say that.
A very huge.
You did promise business. Don't say that. You should say it was very expensive. Don't say that. Please don't. It's a lie. I did not give him a discount. He's just saying that because you know I make una no say in get money. So you get for taste I do them as on a discount. You know pay full price. Please, it was very expensive.
No. It is. Vicky is very expensive.
Yes,
they say no, I know you're just getting started. I'm gonna tell. We agree. I say yes. It's fine. You're not the professional. We accept it and we move on. But thank you so much. I've been saying this behind you, and I want to say thank you so much for not only helping me with this, but the impact you've created in me as a person. You know, when I was at Star, I don't explain this plenty time. I was a broadcast journalist. I've been the just report sports before I go into politics and current affairs. But Vicky give me gig. I've been the report for Sweet Salon. You know, she gave me a camera. That camera, they don't know how we end now.
It was you and Jamie.
Me and Jamie.
You and Jamie, yeah.
So, yeah, I was reporting online. I've been the right reporter. And the first award where I win, the Independent Media Commission Award, was a report she edited and published way on London Mining. Environment Alon Sag. And, yeah, so she's here. She's been supportive, and we're here today. Thank you for joining. For all the support.
Because I love you.
Yeah.
It is true. I do love you. It's like, you know, sometimes you meet some people and they just embody a certain kind of light about them. Me granny women me can say, you know, we person belly clean.
Mhm.
Where you meet her, you feel them.
Yeah.
And so like from the first time I met you, you were very you're very calm. You're still very calm, actually. You're very calm, and you were unassuming, really bright. And it was really so clear from then that, like, if you just had the right resources and support, that you would be amazing. And obviously you are. So, you know, one thing I'm good at is identifying potential and talents. Like, people that we sabi. As I see them, so I didn't know, or possibly get potential at na my own gift than
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Vicky. Thank you. It been.
Well, Lamrana, you say they make coffee for me, but you're not giving me.
Oh no, I will make.
Okay.
Joshua, you can use my other machine and.
So this one have been for you, sir.
No, I will make them go carry the coffee. I get the coffee.
Let us be generous.
Then they carry it another cup, and I will make coffee for you. Definitely, I will make them for you. I do for people here, and then can always thank me that you know they use local coffee.
That's fantastic.
Coffee couriers and all. But thank you so much, and thanks for all the support. We've built a relationship since we met, and it's been very supportive. You know, we always on the support we serve.
I've been catch you say they left AYV. You know the self-fumble and that.
Vicky offered me
a job. Self-fumble and that. Fumble them. I catch them. I say, Lamrana, you need to come to the dark side.
So I'm in the AYV, and you know there was a time where people not can understand. I really had wanted to leave after the election. I've been say okay, let's cover the election because it was every journalist want for Duam, but I've been one for left after the election. I get this plan that I want for left and go to something else, maybe travel out, but do something else. Vicky offered me a job. You know, she offered me a job, and I said, let me think about it with a very good pay, by the way.
You know, we could be doing big things right now. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's true.
What you set up here, I think, is incredible. I'm so glad. And
thank you.
I'm so glad that you exist.
Thank you. So, thanks for the support. But thanks for joining us this morning. You still make salon famous? You're tired of doing it, or you still doing it?
It's so funny. Yesterday I've been in a street with one man, And I've been there tell and
You don't get
say-
enough sleep, eh?
No, I got 3 hours of sleep. You know, Sierra Leonean men are, when I know they take no for an answer.
Okay.
They're very like, I don't know, when I just able, and after a while, you know, you wear us down,
Mhm.
and we're like, okay, fine, I'll come out. Jesus Christ, like, it do so.
But you enjoyed it?
I did have a good time.
Okay.
I did have a good time. So I was telling him, because right now we're planning to do 3 conferences this year. And as you can imagine, it is really taxing. There's, for the Teambots conferences, it gets so many different moving parts,
Mhm.
not just the program, but the marketing, first of all, to people who you want to attend. Then developing relationship there with people that way you want to participate on the programming side. Then there's actually the one of the day between you and the venue, event planner, the actually run of show. Even though I've been doing the conference for, this will be year 4, you know, it somehow doesn't get, it gets easier, but also not easy. The work still the boku, no matter how many times you do them. And so because after London, I get conference August in America, I was telling my friend last night, I was like, you know, I really feel like I want to cancel the US conference and he was like, well, I was like, because I'm so tired. And he was like, no, Vicky, like you have to like keep doing this. Like we rely on you is what he said. And I was like, but yeah, Sierra Leone is so tough. And he was like, well, you're not doing it because of what Sierra Leone is now. You're doing it is because you believe in what it could be, right? Which is true. So under the boom, boom, boom of, you know, Scarlett, we were having some highly insightful conversation. So I don't think that I will ever get tired of making Sierra Leone famous because ultimately it's not about the country. It's really about the people. And throughout my, I would say, 2 decades in the media, it has blessed me with so, like this, I feel like, you know, like when you know the movie like Avengers, when they say Avengers Assemble. So what being in the media has done for me is I can always assemble the best team of Sierra Leoneans for anything because I've been in touch with so many people. I know so many people's stories. I follow so many people's careers. And so it's never going to be a hard job to make Sierra Leone famous because there are always Sierra Leonean people who are doing excellent things.
So how you transform from, I was looking at some of the videos back, you know, where you've been to do, go in communities right across the country, film videos, put them together, started with SLBC. SLBS then.
Yes, that's how old I am.
SLBS, later AYV7, I remember what AYV, we had that connection and all of that. How you don't move from that content creation skill to organizing a conference? I was part of the last one in US. I moderated a session as well. But how you don't move to that and get to this point, Usai, you're creating this conference, you don't be part of waiting, like waiting your friend to tell you, waiting Sierra Leone. I actually get somebody in the US where they look forward for attend.
August conference.
Yes, he reach out to me and get you contact. Don't send a you email. He say go email you because he wants to be part of it. How you do that?
So I think, you know, I've really been doing the same thing for 20 years. It's that I like to be a signpost of, like my friend said, what Sierra Leone can be. And because I am a child of the war, you know, that generation of people who had to leave Sierra Leone during the Civil War, I always feel like my childhood was interrupted in a way. And, you know, I can always tell people and say 1996 na Salon was a phenomenal time, even for me, where I think I was like, I may have been 12 or 13. And this was during Pakaba. This was when before the coup d'etat that took out Pakaba. And I had just moved back from Ethiopia because my mom was a diplomat and she was stationed in Ethiopia. And I just moved back to Sierra Leone. Even as a prepubescent teen, you could, like Salon being sweet. Like there was a sweetness. This was the days of family choice for those who remember. And so it was like, we were having the time of our lives. Like as a kid, I feel like we been to enjoy, right? And so to have that taken from you, it's like an interruption. And so all the years I left Sierra Leone, my mind kind of always, they think about how can I get back? How do I find my community? community of Sierra Leoneans, which is what took me to the internet in the first place. Because me begin go online, where I moved to America in 1998. Started going online. But when we mean to go online, and all my way to go online now, really, they don't know that, but all of social media is really about finding community. People are looking for human interaction. And at the time, as somebody who been there left salon and been they look for me, people them, the internet is where I went. But in 1998, there was no salon on the internet, right? And so it wasn't until 2004 was the first time I find community online with Sierra Leoneans, and it was on so Visit Sierra Leone, which Bimbola Carol runs.
Yeah,
I was living in Paris at the time, and I've been Cannes Salon one December 2004 from Paris, and then I remember I met Bimbola for the first time, and that's when I heard, because he's actually a tech person, even though he does tourism. It all started with tech, and so that Christmas day. That's when I discovered Visit Sierra Leone. So when I went back to Paris, where, again, I felt like I wanted community with Sierra Leoneans, I began to go on the website, and there was like a discussion forum. And so that's where I met people like Fatou Fona from the Mama Pikin Foundation, Jiwa Abdullahi, like so many people who are actually now in Sierra Leone leaders, Edlene Elba, who's like now like a sister to me. Like so many of us found community online just discussing Sierra Leonean issues. And the way I see it is like, whether it's been on television, children's books, podcasts, digital, for me, the community, I know that there's still Sierra Leoneans out there who are looking for community. So I just still continue to create community. My own slogan in life is, anything I want, if you're not there, I create them. So, living in the diaspora and going back and forth as an entrepreneur in Sierra Leone, I keep always surprised where I go America and people they really don't know what's in they go on at the business landscape and private sector in a salon. And so I go say something, I'm like, oh, this person is doing this. They're like, oh, we know yagi about that. So much of what gets amplified, now the negative and politics or politicians. So they drown out private sector, they drown out entrepreneurship, they really drown out even where good thing and they happen. So I find that the diaspora, Sierra Leone diaspora as a whole, are really uninformed or ill-informed or misinformed about what's going on in Sierra Leone in business. And so because of that gap in information and knowledge, that's how I decided, I'll start creating the Sierra Leone Diaspora Investment Conference to build a community of Sierra Leone diaspora investors and entrepreneurs who can exchange information and knowledge. But ultimately, the goal is, how can we use the resources the way we get overseas for create businesses in a salon way, not just go make we get money, but also create an impact and create jobs for people who are here.
For the first time, the conference they go to the UK, right?
Yes.
And you get for host and a salon back as well.
Yes.
So, the idea of doing it in the UK and salon, is it to, after the US, UK and Cannes salon, is it to...
Wait, so now they get me coffee. Really cool.
Is it to directly connect, the diaspora community to the opportunities back home? Because, like I say, I attend the one at US, and I get to understand that the opportunities are there.
Oh, yeah.
Not just for the people and get the right information and know who side for invest and who therefore gets connected with. But sometimes they complain about, ease in doing this business. And I see you they do with the National Investment Board as well.
Yes.
How that's going to change how it don't happen?
So I have to shout out Vice President Gilda Jallo, because VP oversees the NIB, they on that VP in portfolio.
Okay.
And so it's kind of his vision, and he is the lead on kind of pushing everything that's happened with bringing Corporate Affairs Commission, USAID register business all under NIB. I think also private, I don't know if not privatization, but all of them are now
SLIPA,
Sierra Leone Import Export Promotion Agency, all are now under the National Investment Board. And so VP was like, I see what you're doing, and I really want for let NIB do more. And also we think the diaspora engagement the diaspora can be a great catalyst for job creation and national development. And he was like, how can we work together? Which is interesting because when I first started during the conference in 2023, I did write to NIB to invite them to participate. They not agree. The second year, I also invited them. They not agree. The third year, it not materialize. And this year we're doing it. So I think it's a great opportunity for government to use me as a vessel to engage with the diaspora, because I don't know if I know, but it's not me, not the diaspora, the MP. Na me, na the ambassador at large. Okay. If we make election, na the diaspora, na me they win. That's hands down. I get constituency across the diaspora, not even just in one country. Na me, na the only probably Sierra Leonean way is equally as recognizable on the streets of Peckham as I am on the streets of Silver Spring. And
somebody just posted from Silver Spring, Daniel. He say they look forward to he's watching.
Is it Daniel Korma?
Daniel Korma, yeah.
So what's great about Daniel is also I'm glad. Hi, Daniel.
Yeah.
Daniel he's originally from the great Koinadugu district.
Yeah.
We're not gonna ever make we forget. He's a leader, not just here in Sierra Leone in his community, but also in the US. So he works for my county's government. Now he actually did on the business development, small business development desk. He also is deputy head of elections. So now we deputy electoral commissioner for we county.
Yeah.
And he's done a lot of work in the diaspora space, in the African diaspora space. And so it's people like that. When I say about finding Sierra Leoneans, community with Sierra Leoneans, how I connect with Daniel. Now, somebody who they follow me on Instagram, we left Salon, we 5 years old. We right now don't turn 50. We and Daniel been they work in one bank together, then go college together in America. Now, who I had never met, by the way, just digital friends. We message me, say, there's someone I need you to connect with. And then all three of us went to lunch. Shout out to Ron Elliott. And now I spend more time with Daniel than Ron, but not Ron. So I didn't go separate dates with them. I just and then this one goes say, so you go see Ron, see me. But I say all that to say that, when you build with service at the heart of the work that you do, and you are a values-driven leader, the people who will ultimately gravitate towards you, the people that will you attract, now people that will also values-driven. And when you have a core group of values-driven people everything is easy. I know they ask me it for nothing. So yes, they're not going to give me sleep, but they provide resources and support and connection. And as Sierra Leoneans, I really feel like time is not on our side. So anything or any time we can come together to uplift each other, to mobilize resources for we country, we get for do.
I listened to Daniel that day. I've been there. I think I moderated the panel. We've been there.
Yes. It was with the USAID
head. And
rest in peace to USAID.
Yeah. Some of the things that Daniel say, and I think some way the contribution from the people and we attend, people and they were not aware of that. The funds them were available for support small business and from the African diaspora community. And you're taking this to the UK as well. And I'm sure someone will be there for giving kind of information there. But apart from those opportunities in the countryside, Sierra Leonean diasporans and the state, how much this conference don't help for connect them back home, say business opportunity? Because I was there, fashion one.
Yes,
did it,
thanks
then
to SLEDUP.
Exactly.
So this is what I mean about value. When you're grounded in your values. So I reach out to. So when I was doing the first one, I worked in partnership with Hamid Mara, who is a private sector ecosystem expert, and Haja Myers, who's in the agricultural space. She's also the co-founder of S2 Delight, and they were like, oh, you need to talk to Mary at SLEDEP because they're working with SMEs. It'll be great if we have some SMEs from Sierra Leone. So then I remember Mary back in the day, we used to go to same hair salon, but I hadn't seen her in a while. So I wrote to SLEDEP and I was like, hey, we're doing this. We'd like for SLEDEP to partner with us. And for 2 years in a row, they flew local SMEs at their own cost to come and be at the conference where they were vending. And everybody who's ever gone to the conference from here, they always sell out everything that they take to the US, right? So I say that to say that ultimately what we're trying to do is find, at least for me, find spaces of connection, of bipartisanship, because when we come to the Sierra Leone Diaspora Investment Conference, we don't come as SLPP or APC or PMDC. We come as Sierra Leoneans. But there are SLPP and APC people there. But everyone is so committed to the overall objective, which is that how do we leverage the resources that we have in the diaspora to invest in Sierra Leone? Please, Mr. Taxman, don't come after me. But my businesses that I own, both here in the US together, they make 6 figures in revenue every year. But that business it's a Sierra Leonean company, right? So I've been able to start in Sierra Leone, scale in Sierra Leone, make enough money to employ 10 people in 3 countries. That's because there's opportunity here. And so I am a living example of what's possible for Sierra Leone diaspora entrepreneurs and investors. It's because if I wasn't successful in my business, I wouldn't be telling people that it's possible. I also know a lot of people who are in the diaspora, who are here, who are thriving in business, though because if you yam swite, you for kobaram, given, the situation that, you don't hear about it. But it's important that we find ways to tell these stories because representation matters. What I mean by that is, if I not see person way look like me and we get me experience, they do the thing where I want to do, I know they believe say I able do And so the conference serves as a portal, that kind of portal where people come, they see people who are doing the things they are talking about and thinking about, and then can share their insights and experiences and expertise to say, oh, I did this. Last year we had Zaki Soare Rowe as one of our keynotes, na Imbil Moza Resort. And after that, a lot of people then kind of got mentorship from her. She's also an amazing entrepreneur in the US. Like, in America, she's a big businesswoman. She's amazing, right? And so for you go, you meet somebody like that without open multi-million-dollar business na salon. For you able get access to the information and expertise. And what you like, but all the people that we ultimately they can at the conferences, then Tkangaye is bad. So now then first they tell you, say, yeah, salon difficult. Or then they what's it called?
Then they it normalize.
Is the sky blue? But one thing we also share is this belief that this is our country. Now we get this country. It doesn't belong to the political parties or the politicians that they like to believe that. Now we get here. You can't left and give them and say, well, I not like this, so I'm not a participate. You can't drive change if you're not engaged in making the version of the place that you want to be more of what you would like for it to be. Nobody not get for can do right? If I want Sierra Leonean brands to look like world-class companies, I have to be working in this space. I have to say to Lamrana, somebody has to say, you know what? I think what's really cool, if truth is the big thing, have a greater than sign as your icon, right? Like, that's the work that I do, and I enjoy my work. I also do work for Mercury International here. They're one of my clients. I do work for Schools for Salone. I also do work for UBA. I just did some work with the National Minerals Agency. So for me, I'm just like, there's opportunity in Sierra Leone, but it's not, nobody, what's that happening in the diaspora is, it's not going to come and find you. Where you deal with us, nobody not going to call you, say, hey, this opportunity there, we they left hand for you because now you know the best and this thing can't take them. No, you have to come to Sierra Leone. You have to be in Sierra Leone. You have to be you self get for can suffer small pandy doing, but eventually, not overnight. I've been running my company since 2013. That's 13 years, right? I started in Ghana and I scaled here. The growth didn't happen overnight.
Yeah.
But I stayed, right? I could have, after I got difficult, I could have packed up shop and left, but I would have missed this period now where I can scale a conference from the US to 3 continents, right? You have to be in it. You really have to. You get from make
I see very recently you put out a survey, right? And you've been vexed, the Diaspora then fail the survey. I can say sometimes, with Diaspora community, the kind of work with them they do. I know a lot of people where they do charity work now. Dr. Sharif, one person, he comes
Dr.
here.
Fuad
Sharif, he comes here quietly, go to hospital Nabu, come with people and then give support.
The medical missions.
Exactly.
Yes.
Quietly. Dr. Fatu, where you mentioned this Mama Picking Foundation, waiting in your husband they do. But sometimes understanding what is available is important. And I see that survey where you share around. How much opportunities there and how conference like this they help.
Salon?
Yes, exactly. The diaspora community for understand. And how do we get the diaspora community for also see themselves not just as getting involved in politics, but business, the private sector?
So since I do the conference, I get a lot of conversation with people already in the investment space. I recently spoke to there's this guy called Ifeanyi Carr. He's big time, African startup investment guy. He's based in Nairobi. He's Sierra Leonean. And I also spoke to Ade Freeman, who's also a private sector investment expert. And a couple weeks ago, I had a call with BII, which is British International Investment, or British Investment International, which is like the investment body for the UK government. And all of them say the same thing. So all the funds that are available for investing, the SMEs that we're in a salon, we've been in the pipeline for investment, all the good one there, they're all, basically, investors have come in and taken up all the good SMEs, as in they've invested in SMEs. Another pipeline of SMEs, they're not there for take investments.
So the lifestyle investor is investing in SME.
There's capital, right, for investment. And we do not have enough companies in Sierra Leone who are investment ready. So not of us say money not there. Now the business, then either because of their structure, either because of their size, they're not able to absorb capital, right? Because this is the thing. All my videos enough. So if I give $5 million right now for Truth Media, can Truth Media absorb $5 million of capital? Meaning, can you show that if you got $5 million, you can grow or scale in 2 to 3 years where you're gonna make use up all that money there,
and
then you make more than that investment and profit? You probably can't.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. So that's actually.
Is it about the market or the capacity?
It's so while Sierra Leone has a really large youth population, where we talk about like growth, if you get a young population, obviously that means like you have all these people who are going to come in to become economically active in the future. That means you have labor, etc., etc. But part of it is that Sierra Leone is still green and underdeveloped in so many ways, in so many sectors, in so many industries. And so there are lots of work to do. There's lots of work to do in the agribusiness space, in fisheries, in solar, in energy. Like there's not enough economic activity, which is why it's very important for the diaspora to understand where the gaps are, right? In mining, sometimes you not go get 5, 10, 100 million for can't invest in mining in a salon. But you could open a business that is within the supply chain for mining, where you're providing services to mining companies, right?
You don't get the investor, you don't get the mining company that can invest for establish that service.
Yes, mining company then wants for able outsource. Like mining company then get staff, right? If you get 400, 500, 1,000 people on a mine, they have to eat every day. Plus you need for feed them. right? Plus you need for supply there with uniform and safety gear. Plus you need for supply the company with bottled water.
Yeah.
Plus you need for supply paper and pen. Somebody needs to do this. You also need trucks for logistics and transport. So it's like we as Sierra Leoneans need to think, you know, one of the themes of this year where they talk about, it's like, you know, we need to shift our mindsets that every trouble or problem or bad thing at Salone is almost also always an economic opportunity, a business opportunity. Blackouts are business opportunity. Blackouts are business opportunity for solar. I just broke up with Edsa. Dear Edsa, it is over. We are not together again. So this last week, I installed, well, we're still doing it, but we just installed solar in my office here in Freetown. Because I tired with generator business. To install a 6.5 kVA solution was $6,500. I said, these solar people, they're eating money,
expensive,
right? But we need a lot more people in solar in Sierra Leone, forget the expertise, etc., for bring the price down. But because we don't have enough players, right, it's still really high. We also need to be teaching people how to deploy these solar installations and solutions. That's then somebody can open training school where just they specifically for solar installation specialists, blah 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 blah. That person, they can get certification now, because there's the installation, but then there's also service, right? After I don't install, you go get for the service from time to time. So for me, I'm not saying that there aren't challenges, there aren't problems, but when you have an entrepreneurial mindset where you see the problem, you just say, okay, there's a problem here. Let's see, is it something people are willing to pay for? And if the answer is yes, then that's a potential business.
Okay. And then the diaspora community and this investment forum, somebody just they ask on the Facebook gist or say if there are opportunity for expand them to other partner Europe, you know, Eastern Europe, and yeah, I know it's more workload, but so people can still be part of it. The one. So
anybody within a Europe, you can go to makesierraleonefamous.com. You can register to attend. So the thing about where we do the conference, it's also directly related to where there is either local policy, meaning that country they in government gets a strong relationship with Salone, right? So I've had meetings with the British High Commission here, and they've agreed to be partners because they also do an annual investment conference in Sierra Leone. They have one in October. So basically, there's an investment ecosystem for Sierra Leone. Diaspora investment is one part of that ecosystem. There's foreign direct investment. There are people like Invest Salone who are working on supporting the pipeline, getting identifying SMEs that can take capital, and also helping those SMEs to become more investment ready. So there are lots of people in the space. Then there are the investors, right? The other thing that's missing in Sierra Leone is investment experts, right? So I was talking to BII and they're like, yeah, you know, if funds want to come to Sierra Leone or private equity, etc., we not get enough people them we not trained or we sabi investing and investment expert for able to assess whether or not a business is investment ready, forget a business investment ready, then they safe na business up. Even the absence of investment professionals in Sierra Leone is also a business opportunity. Meaning if you did overseas Sonsai and you get that kind of capacity, you can kind of Sierra Leone and open up, you know, an investment. You can be part of the investment ecosystem where now you can provide technical support to the one that we get the funds that we want for Cancer Loan and Pan for Invest. So my thing, when people ask about, oh, why don't you do the conference here? Even somebody within Texas tell me, say, bo, una sef all the ultimum on a DMV na make. And the thing is, everybody, one of me critique of Sierra Leoneans is people stay in this mindset where they want people to come and do something for them. Una no go can't do this na ya, una can't do this. Governments can't do this. No, I'm doing this. Seek partners. Come to me and say, hey, Vicky, I run an organization in this country, et cetera, et cetera. We would like to partner with you to bring the conference. What do you need? what do we need to provide as the host country for you to be able to do this? I'm doing
And you're open to that?
Absolutely. The reason why I'm doing this in London right now is because there's also part of the other problem with the diaspora is the oceans between us, they separate the community. There's no linkage between Sierra Leoneans in the diaspora and Sierra Leoneans in the UK and Europe. Not, the way they happen, where they across, where they bring people then together. So I'm hoping to also provide that bridge because our community is better off when we are together. The only thing, the strongest like social net links na salon, we may don't see na the diaspora, na the alumni associations then. That is like, I think like it's the most powerful, is the most powerful thing. And so I'm trying to create this connection where it's like, okay, there's a thing that's happening in the diaspora and it's happening both in, in the UK and the US because together, na the wealthiest, then get the most disposable income. The largest diaspora actually now West Africa today. The largest segment of the Sierra Leone diaspora is in Guinea, is in Gambia, is in Nigeria, Liberia, and Ghana. Now this the largest like actual proportion of Sierra Leoneans living outside of Sierra Leone are Guinea then they, which is interesting because we're not can think about it as diaspora, but now they then they. So
money day.
So me
the investment of people.
So people were sent, So one thing we're trying to move away from is remittance now like chop money. And Sierra Leone's, I think our remittance for the last couple of years between like $200 and $250 million, which is more than any government gives us in aid, right? Meaning that just the chop money, because to me remittance are chop money. The chop money with the diaspora they send cancer alone, right? It's a lot of money every single year. If you're sending 250 million back home for chop money, imagine the amount of capital that's sitting in bank accounts in America, in 401ks in America, in the money markets in the US, that are just people who are getting maybe 4% interest, 3% interest. Do you understand what I mean? Where it's just capital that's sitting there because they trust the structures that exist in those markets, and maybe they don't trust Sierra Leone as much. A lot of Sierra Leoneans dream of owning a business in Sierra Leone.
The conference. Indigenous businesses and FOMIA can showcase.
Absolutely. So because NIB even just sent we list, because we're doing this in partnership with NIB has sent us a list of 10 Sierra Leonean companies that are going to come to the conference. We have people who can pay to be vendors, which is like £500. And if you're like a larger company, you can pay £1,200 to be a bigger part of the program. But also if you just want to attend as an individual, you can fly to London, buy a ticket and just attend the conference. So the other value of the conference is you actually have people who have capital, who invest in businesses, who come to the conference, right? In Africa in general. So people who are in the investment space in Africa coming to the conference to see what businesses they can connect with that are in Sierra Leone. So if you're looking for capital, it's a great place to be. So right now, also thanks to so this was only going to be a one-day conference. And VP Julia said, so you all will go that all the way to London just for one day? I said, that's what we usually do. He said, no, governments need their own day. So we're doing a 2-day conference where day one is the government plenary session. We'll have the central bank governor, the Minister of Lands will be there. VP especially was like, Minister of Lands, for good because I know we get an old Creole mammy we get land problem when they go out for discourse. So Minister of Lands will be there. There'll be a representative from Salhawk. I think definitely, I don't know if the Minister of Finance they count a deputy, but Minister of Finance will be there. Minister of Trade will be there. Minister of Information will be there. I think there's conversation of, government wants to maximize on the money when they spend for Go London, they want for maximize on. I think Mr. Ba at the Ministry of Information was saying that he's also potentially interested in doing one, like you do then CV
town hall.
So that because if all of these government leaders are going to be there, then it's an opportunity for government to also engage with the diaspora at large, right, on other issues not related. So we have maybe like 7 or 8 cabinet ministers who are going to be there, which for me, and I saw the bank governor at Mining Week, and and he was like, "Oh, I'll see you at your conference." He was one of our keynotes last year in the U.S. Personally, I really love this time in business in Sierra Leone. I hate to say this publicly, but the reason why I hate to say it publicly, it's not because it's not true. It's that more than one thing can be true. And I think that's the difficult parts for Sierra Leoneans to deal with. While this is probably the best time it's ever been for business in Sierra Leone, it's also equally the most difficult time for the average Sierra Leonean citizen. So it's hard to come here and say like, no, like private sector is thriving. Look at what's happening in mines. Look at the interest in investment. Like Sierra Leone is, we've been able to stabilize inflation, the exchange rate, all of that. They give confidence to investors and businesses the way they operate for calm. And for me personally, as a business owner who doesn't live here, business is good for me. And it's also growing and thriving for a lot of people, right? Doesn't mean that there aren't challenges. We face a lot of issues, right? But it's how do you tell a story, which is my challenge, right, as I make Sierra Leone famous, right? The challenge is always, how do you talk about the positive in a way that doesn't make people feel like their struggles are not seen, right? It's really hard, because then if it's very, very hard. So even when governments can do some good thing there, because I know my audience is struggling, I can't be too loud about it, because I'm like, so if I can't say, so some people can say, boy, left me, any tell government go do good thing, they talk. And I'm just like, well, until governments get your own platform then, right? Unless it's a social issue, like I was really excited about the MCC grants, because that will transform energy, that will have an impact on the life of the everyday citizen. So if you see our champions on the way governments they do, now because now something way I know say the average citizen go reap the benefits. Some other thing in the way governments they do where I'm not able to explain how, but this is a good, I know a lot of people don't feel that way because the media landscape is really, really negative. It's very toxic. It's terrible, right? The way that the decline in, I go say in civility in the public media space, in online discourse, the decline in free speech, and people's feeling that they can say what they want without orders from above. There is that decline. Whether or not it's happening more doesn't matter. But if people feel that the fear is there. That's even worse than even if it is, because that means say plus people and they self-censor. Right?
You pick what you say and how you say offend somebody and I can say to some people outside.
Because I've seen you fall out of when you were at AYV and the editorial direction of AYV is quite different from the editorial direction in Truth, right? And so there are people who really loved you when you were at AYV who don't love you now. If you don't love me now, don't love me later.
But that's our job. I just want to take you to that part there. You've seen the media in Sierra Leone, like you mentioned, from SLBS to Usai they presently, to Usai we all long come at the space. This transformation, and the opportunities, and also ensuring independence and public interest media outside the public understand say the media the secret interest. It's not just about blowing within government they say, but as well recognize within government they do good.
You have to.
Hold them accountable.
Balanced, absolutely.
Yes. So how you don't see that transformation?
So I think several things have happened that are both good, but also it's like they also get bad with them. We've seen, we can't talk about the media in Sierra Leone without talking about the explosion of citizen journalists who call themselves bloggers, right? In some way, they occupy a space in the media, right? What we've not, so there's that side. Most of these people are they're just citizens, right? They may not be trained. They don't follow any ethics, etc., etc., etc. They don't vet, they don't fact check, they don't have an editor who reviews to say whether this is good, appropriate, have you fact check, etc. No one is asking them any questions. They can just turn on. And most of the median age in Sierra Leone is 19. And for most people in that age bracket, like younger Sierra Leoneans under 25, their primary source of information is the blogs.
Yeah.
Right? So, and they don't know the difference between traditional media and the blogs. Why? Because traditional media is on social media in the same spaces. So they're like there's this like then go say IB blog and AYV now the same to them. You understand what I mean? Because now Facebook then they see them. However, you have traditional media. Traditional media, I'm very excited for what's happening with you. And there's also the platform with the ladies who left Liberty TV, who left 98.1. There's also Asma's radio, Rise Radio, who I also handled their branding for and did some work with Asma at the time. And then you have the radio stations, and then you have AYV. And then there are a bunch of other like media platforms, but what is shrinking is actually the space of professional journalists who are in the public interest media space. I feel like in this administration, there's been a larger percentage of state capture of the media through the funding. Because, this is the amount of money that Sludge, for example, has gotten over in this administration officially is more than they ever got from any other administration.
Yeah, but that doesn't go to media houses directly. Sludge is a membership-based organization. It helps them with their office administrative work. So I don't receive anything from Sludge.
I'm not saying that you do, but this is the problem when you take money from government, right? If you as an association Sludge receives money from the government of Sierra Leone, I'm not saying it goes to the media houses, but it goes to the association. So the association then is being funded by the state. Is it not?
No, it is. Subvention. It's directly from the state somehow.
The minute you start receiving money, so much money from the state, it no longer becomes in your individual interest to critique the state as you must. Public interest media suffers. The only way you can guarantee is through complete independence. It's the only way. Because you cannot be going to take selfies with His Excellency the President today and want to continue to be invited to State House or dinner banquets. You guys, I saw you guys.
Yeah.
I saw you people.
But it's media dinner. It's not the State House dinner.
Let me tell you something.
No, but even in the West, they organize.
So now you're saying even in the West. Okay,
Vicky.
No, can I land? Ladies and gentlemen, he's not letting me land. Let me finish. You see, the journalist is interrupting me. Let me land. Let me land.
Yeah.
We're all human beings. We're not machines.
Yeah.
Right? When you start rubbing too close a shoulder with your leaders in that way, right? And then they're giving you money, and then you're taking selfies, you're at the banquet. You can say they do it over there, right? But what the people who are doing it over there, right? There's more independence. Do you understand what I'm saying? In the media, that's been established. So when they come to dinner, everybody knows this is just dinner, right? But na salon, we media and we journalism not all reach that level of so much independence where a photo or a selfie with the government, do you understand what I mean? Relationship gets built, friendships gets built, and also if na me they sign the check where they support the association. If one day you wanna write bad a coluna, not so pambado, me man, this here, so, there's a way that human relationship that's built can make you less likely to tell things as they are.
Yeah, I agree.
That can make you less balanced. That can make you more favorable, right? And so who suffers?
The people.
The people suffer.
Yes, I get your
The
point.
people suffer.
And as a Sludge member,
Yeah.
I've openly said, me not think say Sludge for take subvention
Absolutely
from government.
not.
That is my position. I've said
Absolutely
it before
not.
now,
Absolutely
and I've said
not.
it now. And with the State House dinner, I have said it should be organized by the press.
Absolutely.
Like in the West, the press
The
will
press
organize
should
and
decide
invite.
who should be there.
Exactly.
What the program is. Invite governments.
I totally agree. And Sludge they get annual dinner and awards. Me think say that is where the president should come. We invite him or senior government officials and be part of him. I agree with you. But again, the point I'm making is we can be. I know you're friends with people.
I am friends with everyone.
Yes, but
I love everybody.
Yes, but the point is, as a journalist, we all get a responsibility.
Absolutely.
You don't hold me accountable several times for things we do.
Absolutely.
But we have a relationship.
Absolutely.
And we can do that even if we're friends with government. Like you mentioned, we can amplify what government is doing right. But it doesn't mean we should not hold them accountable.
Absolutely not.
That is our own responsibility.
I agree.
But again, the thing where you mentioned, media poverty. Is something that is huge here. We've talked about it.
Yes.
What's in the entrepreneurship opportunities within
glad
the
you asked
media?
that.
You know,
So,
you did do a lot.
So one of the things that the newspapers in Sierra Leone were really slow, and in many ways still slow. This space that Truth Media occupies and Liberty occupies, that Truth Media occupies, that space in other markets, na the newspaper they occupy am. Media companies that started with newspapers and then expanded to digital, expanded to TV, because na the traditional media. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So newspapers in Sierra Leone were really slow to go digital. Many still haven't. So it created this gap so that the journalists who are working at these newspapers were still only surviving on 2 million leones a month. Because the newspapers, what's in the news business? How do the news independent journalist organizations make money, right? How does the Washington Post make money or the New York Times? Yes, they're owned by people, right? Individuals own these publications, right? What do? You sell advertising. How much advertising you can sell directly related to how many people you they reach.
But the advertisers here don't look for that.
No, that's not true. That's not true. How many people you they reach? There is a price ceiling. If you newspaper not a print reach, how much newspaper they print 1,000 copies a day?
No, you know the way they print Sandy.
Thank you.
How many people buy newspapers?
So,
if not for advertising,
the only reason people advertise in newspapers is because all the companies in Sierra Leone buy the newspaper.
Yeah.
So if you want to talk to the business community in Sierra Leone, you have to be on the front page, or the NGOs or the donors, because all the foreign FDIs, not FDIs, but all our
foreign missions,
they all do this thing, what is a media review, where they have someone who sits on the information desk, like an information attaché, who reads the print publications every day, and they send, the UN does that, they collect the information and they send it, they catalog it, leadership gets to see what's going on, right? But from a business point of view, 500, me no go spend boku money per newspaper for advertise, for reach the masses. So the newspapers, because they didn't go to digital, they lost out on additional capital and revenue, right? So then that kept journalists poor. That kept the publications poor. That kept journalists poor. If we look at Star, Philip Neville, right? Philip Neville did the newspaper for a while, and then he transitioned to TV. He's probably the only person, right? God rest his soul, the only person who did that transition. But even he did it late, right? It was that people don't want to do, so they missed out on the economic opportunity. So then they created a gap for bloggers, right? Who are now online, right? As I'm sitting here right now, I have a following of 500,000 people across digital platforms. I have 100,000 followers on X, over 100,000. I have over 100,000 followers on Instagram, and I have about 250,000 followers on Facebook. No one person should have so much power. Like, no media publication, no traditional media publication in Sierra Leone has as much following as I do as an individual. I can reach more people online than AYV, everybody here. Why? Because I was an early adopter.
Yeah.
I went there early and I positioned myself in the digital space. So that's what's happened. So I actually think that there is still a lot of money in the media space in Sierra Leone, but people also need to develop niche. What's missing is like niche reporting. We still don't have a business, like a proper business news, business publication in Sierra Leone. We just finished mining week. The mining sector is a multi-billion-dollar sector in Sierra Leone. There is no dedicated mining news platform. Are you crazy? And as I say it, let nobody do it, because I'm probably about to do it.
But Vicky, the point is, I'm meeting at the advertising, meeting at the business. I've been around locally here. Advertising most times come with how much you're affiliated or connected, and how much you get for negotiate with certain people for they advertise with you. I'll still say they don't look for the numbers.
Okay.
Especially locally here with the media, who got the number, how much people they follow this, why should we advertise here? You get for present, you get for try for convince them.
I think you guys are just really bad at sales.
No, it's not bad at sales.
So, okay, I'll give you a prime example. I'll give you a prime example.
No, Vicky.
No, I'll give you a example.
Let me say,
Okay, go ahead.
So the point is, the biggest advertiser in the country, na government.
You think?
Yes, that is no, the biggest, especially for print.
Okay, for print. Oh, you mean government officials,
government agencies, and then they advertise jobs, and then procurement opportunities, and you got people and we could tell you, Umaru wrote an article on this when he was running Politico with the previous administration. They were not giving him adverts because they believe it's not Politico is against the system. It's happening now with certain institutions, and it keeps happening. The people who advertise somehow and where they support the media, especially broadcast media, now the MNOs, the Orange, the AfriCell, UBA, they advertise for UBA, Rokel Bank, Eco Bank.
Yeah.
And these are the people that are advertising. Other small businesses are struggling for even put them business together for they advertise. So there is a challenge with who they want for advertise and how for advertise.
I would say yes and no, right? So my business is, for me, it's about creating value, right? When you want a business to advertise with you, you have to be able to tell them demonstrate how you're going to create value for them, because that's what most important. Visibility is not necessarily value, depending on the types of business. And what most people, when they say they're advertising for you, what they're talking about is, I go give you visibility. Well, if now 500 people, then no more they buy you newspaper, how much visibility you they give me, right? Now I'll give you an example. I can say this now because that contract expire, blah, blah, blah. In 2020, I was able to get sponsorship for Orange for $15,000 for my television program. I don't think anybody else has signed a deal of that value in Sierra Leone for a 3-month television show. I didn't know. I don't get fumble na Orange. I'm not connected. I tweeted at the MD. And I said, you guys are really missing out on a great opportunity to make Sierra Leone famous. And then I told my followers, "Una tell this umambase it miss out." It was like a joke. Eventually, it was actually, and then at the time they had this guy, what's his name, Seth? Dr. Love. What's his name? Ulissa was working at Orange, and Ulissa loved my show. And so he was like, "Oh, Vicky, what can we do together?" I say that to say that also, people then are salon, then they do beaucoup angry belle business decisions. I will leave money on the table if I do not feel like it is it's the right value.
Okay.
All man, beaucoup man not go do that, right?
Yeah.
Me, if the money not correct, I rather go hungry because, like when you start the show, where you say I give you discounts. That's a terrible thing for me in my business. Where I do work for person, I say, go and tell them this is the most money you've ever paid for any service. I want people to know that I am very expensive.
It was still expensive, even though you
So my thing is positioning, it's branding, and it's value creation.
But it's the market value. I agree with all what you're saying, Vicky. I know people where, I've been in
governments, so me, for example, right? I've had it on both government people, supporters of political parties I've had death threats. You've had death threats. I've had mamikos. You've had mamikos. I've had individual government people call me and for saying that then they feed me because they don't like my position, right? I'm not always government's favorite. However, I'm still here. I'm still doing business. I'm planning an event with the Office of the Vice President.
All of us.
Do you understand what I mean? So you get for also be a little tsangayes inside this space for say, I know what I am worth. I know the value, but you also have to be creative and innovative, right? To solve, because where they go to a business for pitch, I look at waiting at the business in problem.
Yeah.
And when I go to talk to you, I'm not just selling you visibility. I'm solving you a solution to the problem that I know you have.
Yeah.
It's the research that you do about the company. It's talking to the people who are in the company to understand, okay, what are you guys really struggling with right now? That's something I do a lot where when I'm interviewing a prospective client, it's what you they struggle with right now.
Yeah.
And within my pitch, I identify a component of that can be solved by either digital communications, PR, training, etc., etc., etc. So, maybe you guys need to come together for me so I can do a session for you on sales and marketing.
But remember the last time I told you, the media is always not considered when it comes to investments. So I tell one with colleague na USO meets.
So this na investment.
No, that is what I keep saying. I tell Chooks that every day. Chukwemeka, you know him. And they tell and say most times when they think about the media at the last end, when they see the media as people already invest in the infrastructure as well. When they see the numbers for people way for report the news. What is investment?
Absolutely.
Let's get jobs.
Another thing that's happened that I think has really, I'm not going to say didn't help private media, is sometimes the partnership that media organizations form with private companies can also stifle their growth. If you sign with one brand, there you say,
exclusivity.
I'm giving you exclusivity. In this market, you should not give anybody exclusivity unless the money is so boku that they cover the cost of operations for 2-3 years. But you go sign exclusivity in a market like Salon. No. When it comes to business, my business is a rare girl. It will take any customer, any service. Exclusivity in this market? No. The money must be correct. No, because exclusivity should be premium. When companies say, we want for exclusive, are you able to drop $10,000 a month for exclusivity for a platform like this? If that's not the number you're talking about, don't talk about it, because you got to buy cameras, you got to change your equipment constantly. Exclusivity? Are you kidding me? No exclusivity for you. Bring the money. The money has to be really correct. That's the other thing. Let me tell you about me. I do not play about my money. If you don't pay me what you owe me, you will see a TikTok video about you.
Email them, their email reminder.
Listen, where's my money, please? Where's my money?
As we close this, I know we're in the media space. We don't talk a lot about women and girls, the space, how free is it for people for able to speak up and challenge issues. Are you scared at any point?
Me? Why scared of what? I guess that's the question. What's you afraid?
Scared of holding governments accountable, people in power, holding power accountable. I read your post. Wait, make I ask this. I read your post. You give an account of where them be arrest you that somebody way been in a cell with them. We not been get this kind we're not going to get somebody like you. We go raise an alarm and all that. And we get a lot of cases like that. And we all do agree. Recent report from, Reporters Without Borders, they show say, the landscape. There's a decline. There's a decline. Are you scared?
That's a very interesting question. So in 2018, during the elections, I was scared because they were turning off the internet. Do you remember when the hot internet story?
Yeah. Sure.
And every day I left my house, somebody go call me mama and threaten during the 2018 elections. And the people who were threatening my mom were people who were APC supporters who felt like the things that I was showing. So one time ago, when I did a documentary with AYV during the elections, because during the elections, I worked with AYV for about maybe 4 to 5 months to cover the election. And all of the digital reporting that AYV did in the 3 months up to the election, I did it, right? And so I remember one time they go na Kono and we stop na one school where we meet speaking and tot block na den aid they go build school and they be wear school uniform, and I stopped and I documented that story about how I documented that story. I'm like, this is a school day in Sierra Leone and these children, instead of being in class, then tot block for go move block for going in school.
And that documentary was played at the debates.
It was played at the debates. And I remember before it was aired that Navo called me into his office because I had done some BTS that I had posted on my platform. And he was like, what to make you go post this, da, 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 blah, 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 blah. You know, like people, and they called me this. During the 2018 elections, I was afraid. I was afraid because I felt that people took this, like, I wasn't taking the election as a do or die, but there were people for whom it's a do or die. So in that context, there are people right now for whom politics is a do or die. They could kill anybody for political power, right? So I think as any Sierra Leonean, that level of desperation for power, all man for afraid, right? Because am I afraid of any one person in Sierra Leone? Absolutely not. Am I afraid that if I speak up about the things that I care about, that I will be arrested? Absolutely not. Because there are two things. One, I'm a journalist first, right? I took journalism ethics. And after they don't talk all team, but you guys of the journalists and this and fairness and da. The other thing they said is that the culture of journalism is not universal. Freedom of speech is not universal. Yes, it's in the Declaration of Human Rights, but within each country, as a journalist, you have to be aware of what the laws are within your country. Now, whether you think those laws are just or not, they're still there, and you have to abide by them. So I'm not afraid because I am never unaware of what the laws are in Sierra Leone. I never mistake or misunderstand what I have the freedom to say as a Sierra Leonean. A lot of people who are on the internet think that they are in America because they're on the internet. They think that their freedoms are American freedoms. And I can tell you, across the world, governments are more restrictive now on speech and online speech ever before, even in the US. Even in the US, there are people who are right now under Donald Trump serving time or having been arrested or charged with things for things they posted. Somebody made a joke about Charlie Kirk and ended up in jail, right? Which you would never imagine in America, right? So for me, I think that as a public figure in Sierra Leone who engages in public discourse, first and foremost, I will always speak the truth that is in public interest. But speaking the truth about public interest does not give you a right to break the laws in the country, right? So I'm not afraid of that. Do government officials call me and tell me they're displeased? Absolutely. Like I tweet something, so when government gave this contract for the third party nationals, I tweeted about it because I read it. I was like, how did they find this person? Da, 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 da. And one of my friends who's in cabinet called me. Is you like to go below? Why is it like also you go around the party? I'm like, I'm just asking questions. They say, so what if he doesn't they can answer you? So in confidence, he told me what I needed to know. And I can't share that publicly, but so I guess that's what happens when you're a journalist, right? People can speak to you off the record. So a lot of times when I would critique something or say something, because of the way I position things, people in government still, they call me to a la PAMI and discuss, right? But also I would say when I meet government leaders in person, face to face, they adore me. You know, hey Vicky, like for example, my friend Napoleon, the deputy minister of mines, I asked him some questions on Twitter. He blocked me.
Then when I meet in person.
Yes, then I saw him in Riyadh because we were both there for the Future Mineral Summit. And he was like, you troublesome. I said, let's troublesome past you. Do you remember Napoleon in the 2018 election?
Yeah.
Mr. Grassroots himself?
Yeah,
I'm like, that's more troublesome than you. Because now the no-go puts you into the call. All of these people. So me, they tell people and say, I've been in a salon before the election we bring an S. I worked as an election observer with Mawopnet. I saw the change of power in real time. I see people that left office and go, other people then come. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
28, so President Nkrumah's tenure, I was here. There was a time when, you know, State House was like my backyard. And there was a time when it stopped being my backyard because I chose to criticize the government's handle of Ebola.
Yeah.
Because there was time in this country where people were dying, right? And I felt like government inaction was causing the death. As they weren't, like Liberia, quick one, they don't go ask America for help and they got it. We been they argue with World Health Organization for UDA for pay, for fly, one of we doctor then come on. I felt like the way we handled Ebola was egregious.
But
right?
you can't talk to the head of the National Public Health Agency on Ebola this morning.
So where I've been criticized and a lot of people were upset with me in government, right? So the access why I've been getting, not a person they tell me say left for Kanaya.
Yeah.
Because I know say I'm at a talk, I know they go there. So if you see, I have people in SLPP now who I love, and I've loved them for a really, really long time. But right now, because of politics,
Nobody don't scatter.
No. Me friendship, they're not a scatter.
Okay.
For the sake of friendship, I go left you alone. I not go talk to you. You understand what I mean? But after politics, because this get for done.
Yeah.
Right? So that goes back to why I'm not afraid. I have seen the change of power. I've seen people go and come. It's good. Everybody that's in power now, there's a time they will not have power.
Okay. I got two message I'm going to go and read for you as we close. This other person say, can she come to Australia and see how we can partner to host an investment forum? There are many opportunities. Australia.
So not saying that the first person you don't ask me, somebody else who I meet, actually we I met in the DMV was actually saying that government does not come to Australia.
Yeah.
Like the salon they act like will not get Australia, people they're not Australia.
Yeah.
And I think the key challenge there is the cost of travel, right? So would I go to Australia if somebody wanted to partner with me? Absolutely. Me, for that jump na plane, na nothing. But it also, you know, Australia and a very big country, people that not necessarily consolidate. Sierra Leoneans aren't necessarily consolidated in one area. So it's like, okay, is there enough of a community that's interconnected that if you bring people together, they all go. So that's what happens in Maryland, right? Even though people they're not de Maryland, because now Maryland are the hub for the salon community, people come from other states. They even come from Canada for events in Maryland. So that's the only potential challenge.
The final one say we had the old director go to America under the guise of attending Vicky's conference, end up on our way. How are you going to protect your brand from being used by government for these nefarious purposes?
Oh, so I think it's so funny. Not to governments, right? Now a Sierra Leonean behave that way they. Right? Not to governments behave that way they. Now a Sierra Leonean. So my thing is always that Sierra Leoneans, we not very law abiding in general. Sierra Leoneans don't like to follow rules and regulations. So yes, people tend to often abuse. So whether guiding on our way, it not get nothing for do with me or me brand. Government, Ministry of Labor, because I think it was from the Ministry of Labor. Now they write to me say they want to participate in the conference. They told me these are the individuals you should invite. That person's name was on there. They sent it to me and say, write letter for invite the following individuals. I, wanting to support their participation, wrote a letter. I didn't know this person. The letter, I believe, went to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs endorsed those people's participation and then sent it to the American embassy, where of the 3 people, only 2 people got visas. And one of the people got the visas did not return, but one person did. And she, all the way to when she was at the airport, they called this other man. They tell her and say, can't let we go. He say, if you do this, other people, they're not go able come. She was begging him to go back home. And this is somebody who was at a director level, meaning that not to the first and they been travel. He don't they travel, they don't go Europe together, but then for late he do that, I think saying just not come on a good home, obviously has no values. So me not look and like for say Nami. We cannot stop if Sierra Leoneans don't want to be law abiding, in England, residencies, non-residencies, using state resources for however what do you go do? I'm not going to stop doing what I'm doing because somebody isn't doing the right thing. I'm always going to do the right thing. If person take visa, you not come back, then he left to you. But what I say is, this was really the wrong time. This is the wrong time to be undocumented in America.
Yeah.
It is really the wrong time. Because the space, if you're not there in a state like New York, so where na I go say way more lenient, right? It's difficult right now. It's really, really difficult. I was just like, this is late. This is not the time to be Japan to America. It's not right. So it's unfortunate he did that, but the people who generally come to the conference are people who are, 1, have access to capital, 2, have great ideas, want to invest in Sierra Leone, and are, for the most part, by and large, Sierra Leoneans who want to invest in this country, and they're already either doing it or they're looking for information and knowledge so they can do it. So that's why this London conference is really important, because it's the first time we're having government participate at this level. So for people who are in the UK and Europe who are interested, they should definitely come, because it's not just to learn from who's doing it, but having that FaceTime with investors to basically see how you can get investment ready, or, having FaceTime with business leaders. We're also going to have the group chair of Vista Bank come, because they just deployed a Diaspora bond, I believe, for Burkina Faso. Is it Burkina? I feel like it's Burkina. And so he's going to come talk about the structure. Also, the conference this year is being sponsored, thankfully, by TAF Africa, which is really fantastic. They're a global headline sponsor. I was just there. Joe Nobe, it was fantastic. We're also being sponsored by Sierra Leone Commercial Bank, who I bank with, by the way. I have an account there for the people. And also being supported by PC and Son, specifically PC Agriculture. They will also be at the conference.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Vicky. Thank you for joining us this morning.
Power to the people.
Power to the people. Let's take a quick commercial. We could talk to Professor. The professor they help with affect Ebola presently. Vicky just mentioned we can talk about preparedness quickly. Waiting we they do for ensure that Ebola no cancer alone. Continue for stay tuned. Take a quick break as Vicky they left with this morning. Thank you.
Orange Maxis gets flexible data and voice plans them. We go fit.
And Giwi, what are you hope for Salone? Just a message.
My hope for Sierra Leone. Yeah. Wait, I say it and then I ring the bell?
Yeah.
Okay. My hope for Sierra Leone is that one day the children born overseas to Sierra Leonean parents, either in America or England, they fet forget Salone passports because they prefer for tapia than yanda.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Vicky. We'll take a quick break so they can talk to our next guest. Continue for stay with me.
Orange Maxis gets flexible data and voice plans them. We go fit you lifestyle. Try the Collapse Mini for just 70 Leone and get 2.5 Mbps speed for 7 days. You can need data anytime. Your bundle they give you fast internet anytime you day. For you can prefer customized plan. Your own bundle they make you select the exact data and voice package where you need. Find the best data and voice option now on Maxit. Download the app and stay connected.
Orange.
Take a chance on the first in line.
You don't hear the good news? With Darlene Mercury don't come with the biggest news this year. With the Mercury Win a House raffle, you will get your own chance for win host this year, especially if you get lucky. Make we celebrate the Mercury Win a House raffle, where they begin April 1 and end July 21 this year. For qualify for this raffle, you for play up to 50 leons where you buy it per online sports game and up to 250 leons per the Vegas game them. The more you play, the more you will get chance for win. But you not go qualify for the Mercury Win a House raffle if na bonus money or free spin you use for play. You go only win with money where you pull out your pocket for play, and if you make sure say you buy it inside this period where the game then they go on. Now for try hard and increase your chance for win this host now the Mercury Win a House raffle where they run between April 1 and July 21 this year. Play more Mercury online sports and Vegas game them and win more raffle tickets them. The more you play, the more you get chance for win more raffle tickets and get more chance for win host where Mercury don't put down. This na big one. Mercury Win a House raffle don't come for we. Sometimes now you don't come so.
We're trendy and youthful. We're UBA.
You still dey go Timapa long line a bank? Stop! I get good news for you. This regime now na smart way for do banking. With UBA internet banking, where they for bring all wetin you want and they imagine about banking to you fingertip. The good thing na that with UBA internet banking, you go able do swift remittance wey go help you for send money go overseas with speed all inside one click. It don't go. Transfer to any UBA branch, even if the person no get account with UBA, it go still able for you.
Welcome back. This is the Truth Morning Devotion on Truth FM 103.9, where they can talk about the health sector and with preparedness for Ebola outbreak. We presently in at DRC and Uganda. I get the pleasure this morning for welcome our studio Brigadier General Professor Fodesa, who is the Executive Director of the National Public Health Agency. Good morning, Prof, and welcome.
Good morning.
Prof, we all know this news. I've been just telling you this morning. I watched a repeat of the Minister of Health where BBC been the use them as a case study as somebody we been done fet Ebola, waiting the world can learn. And what's in our level of preparedness presently with this news of Ebola in Africa presently?
Yeah, thank you very much. Yes, as a country, yes, we prepare. We learned a lot of lessons during the 2014-2016 Ebola outbreak. And unfortunately, that time, the outbreak being casually unprepared. But after that, we developed structures. And fortunately for we will get a declaration on the 17th of May by WHO. What we'll do within 48 hours, we put in a scooping mission for go around the whole country for assess which day and which no day. So we come out with a report, and from that report now we begin put things in place. So indeed we prepare and we continue for prepare because it's a continuous process, not a one-off thing. We don't start the preparedness and we'll continue for do everything possible for make sure say we protect the people of Sierra Leone.
So outside we they concentrate as a country, you know, Liberia recently come out and deny and news it was fake, where people report say and get a case, but we always get concerned where if you neighbor them begin report even then within day. And we know of the porous borders them will get now this which we neighbor them. Outside we they concentrate we level of surveillance presently.
As a country we concentrate on the entire country. But the high-risk districts, them, now the border districts of Cambia, Pujeong, Kailaung, you know, inside them. So now them, then including Potloko Lunge Airport. So all them point of entry, place them, will make sure say we consolidate with efforts and put things in place for make sure say if somebody come away, you get suspicious presentations, we will identify them, remove them, and isolate them. And we put things in place for make sure say then people then go be taken care of.
Following recently a meeting we wanna get with the Ministry of Health indicates say we readiness there at 51%. Right? What in land they mean and Usai you know, we get the level of, you know, concentration with regard investments, resources there in case of anything? Are we preparing centers in case of anything? Are we doing screening at the airports or the border point then presently?
Well, I talk to that 51% we talk about. As I tell you, immediately after the declaration, every country be supposed for do that scoping mission and make sure, say, you actually give waiting available. So that based on that, we will come out. It was an open decision, and I will self do the assessment.
Yeah.
And every country is supposed to do them. Unfortunately, some countries don't really do them. They are not as transparent as we are in this country. So that 51% now thing will be that the assessment just 48 hours after the declaration. From that time day to now, a lot of things have been put in place.
Okay.
So definitely that score they go close to the required 80% by WHO.
So what's in the thing that would address? Because in our assessment, it say there's weakness in infection prevention and control, safe burials, logistics, and risk communication.
Yes, definitely. Then question and a yes or no answer. They ask you, you get IPC message, you get RCC messages sent at the airport at that particular point in time. No, but for now we don't put Ebola messages at the airport. You get IPC materials at the airports at the border entry point. No, at that time. This time we don't put or don't pre-position all the IPC materials at all the border crossing points. You don't establish holding centers or we side isolate people them at that particular point in time. No, but for now we don't activate isolation centers now all them border crossing points. So indeed we don't establish isolation centers, we don't provide IPC materials. If we do, as I tell you, say it's a continuous process. We're going to provide produce more IPC materials and make sure say we continue for provide them now then border crossing points. Logistics, indeed, yes. The logistics chain management, ASF, we work with Ministry of Health now for make sure say we pre-position all the material we're supposed to take care of at least 100 patients. Now each of them main border crossing points in case something happen. So that one we work with Ministry of Health on that. For safe barriers, yes, we'll not get any cases, but we prepare. We don't activate the committee where they advise government on outbreaks. So that is a continuous process, and we do everything possible for make sure say we actually do the right thing.
In terms of investment, you know, resources, there's resource constraint presently, even internationally. What's in at the level of investment, you know, where we get in terms of preparedness in case we need resources for certain things, because you must need resources for certain things them in place.
Yes. After the declaration, we meet with partners. As usual, we get both technical and financial partners. We meet with them. As you rightly say, the financial space is really tight. So we actually they take some items like the IPC, then decide for ask you for give a list. We give a list to UNICEF and other partners them, so they are helping that. With government also, government has always been very practical in helping with response outbreaks. You know, so we don't make the necessary requests. We in close discussion with the Ministry of Finance for make sure say the requisite resources are provided so that we will enhance the preparedness and readiness of Sierra Leone.
Okay, people in the travel presently, me sabi somebody with the East Africa presently safe, then get for come. Waiting na the measures, especially na the airports. Waiting at the measures na the other border crossing points them.
Okay, the first thing we don't do is, as we don't provide thermal cameras, non-contact thermal camera thermometers for make sure that anybody who they come will screen them. Also, we don't provide one thermal camera where as they come, you far, then it will actually take your temperature. That has been also provided. Then we don't pre-position an ambulance at Lunge Airport. So in case then screen you, your temperature they up or is suspicious, then we'll remove you and isolate you. And also, uniquely, as a country, we don't develop what they call the travel portal. So any patient, inbound and outbound, anybody will come or will go out of this country, we by the end of this week, towards the end of this week here, we make sure say you fill a form online for make sure say we know side the come out whose address you in the side you go for the past 21 days, whose side we don't go, so that if anything happen, we will do proper contact tracing and make sure say some countries them are paper based, but we want to go one step further for make sure say it be online, it will be easy. Even if you don't get internet offline, you go able actually fill the form before you board the plane. So we can, when it's outside internet, they go easily sync, they will get the information.
In terms of the side that will get the corner with people in the past, you know, one thing we get me attention as well now, education, awareness, you know, is very important. We still get people that with eat bushmeat, animals, and all of them things. And they waiting at the level of engagement, especially with regional and remote communities.
Well, one thing we'll do, we're very proactive, but we meet with the bike riders, the traditional leaders, traditional healers, the market women, then with the media houses there for make sure say this not to NPH or Ministry of Health first, no more. Everybody in fact, everybody for be involved. So the education, not the only left to we. The main player now, Ministry of Information and Civic Education, that they take the lead, then we they provide the necessary support, the necessary policy documents. So they rely on every Sierra Leonean for make sure say we preach the message to the least community in this country.
Okay, Doc, people already listen to we. You know, there is this fear, there was this fake news, like we say, from Liberia. How una they collaborate with una partners them, you know, for share information as well. You know, I remember, and by the way, Facebook, they remind me yesterday that it was in May 2014 we get Ebola outbreak. We start now Liberia and the border crossing point. How much on they share information with on a counterpart them na the neighboring countries, because it's important if something happens some side we know and put on the required you know, preparedness for address them for Musa start before it come in.
Yeah, even before this Ebola threats from DRC, we don't get engagement with the counterpart in Liberia and Guinea. So now, after the declaration, we don't reach out to them. In fact, we're supposed to get a meeting tomorrow, but my counterpartner, Liberia, say then actually gets some engagement on Friday. So they ask for longer meeting day on Tuesday. So all three countries, them, will they share information, will they collaborate and make sure, say, we put out things, activities, and will benefit the peoples of the three countries.
How do the public share information as well with the National Public Health Agency? How, in case, you know, time like these people and they go seek the item, burial, and some of the things and then they want to highlight, how we go share, how the public go share information with you?
Well, as I say, we'll get 117. 117 has always
still
been
operational.
There. It's still operational, and we'll ask everybody if you see any case where it's suspicious or you get fever symptoms, then we feel say it's suspicious, call 117. Not attempt for treat yourself at us. Equally so, the health workers themselves will tell them for say at this point in time, not begin play champion, not begin treat anybody in the house. Make sure say you do the appropriate referrals. That make we outreach not only to government institutions. Even in this engagement we'll get early this week here, we come up, we engage the private practitioners, because the affluent people that will know say they don't know to government institutions and they go and then private institutions and they go, so then we'll get active engagement with them.
How the health sector, the health system self prepare, you know, now the first point of call, people somebody go get fever, say they get fever lago or even pharmacy or then clinic them, but the public health system actually, how prepared it is in case there is an emergency, or signs them if somebody go carry it, where then go look at and put them in a certain corner.
There's a lot of investment has gone into the health sector over the past years. A lot of investment. As I say in the at the beginning, I say we don't try for make sure that we establish or reactivate, because most of them all these hospitals that we get isolation centers. But after the Ebola, the COVID, they vandalize them. So in this scoping mission, we'll go, we don't identify the one that will need for be rehabilitated, the one that will have minor repairs, we don't do them quickly. So the health sector staff will make sure say there will be a continuous training and provide the requisite equipment for them, because even if the person get all the ideas, if not get the equipment, then definitely it not go function. So that's what they do. It's a continuous process with our health workers and our health facilities.
What's in with the people them now, with communities them for look at in case somebody's sick? What's in are the signs them and how we for able to raise alarm or refer them to the health or call 117, because things then go happen, somebody go hide now, so it be happen today.
Well, number one, we'll not get any Ebola case in this country. We'll not get any suspected case in this country. And the strain where it circulates currently in DR Congo, in no one day can this country. So therefore, if anything they can at this country, it can come from out. So if somebody don't identify some person, say this person get a history of travel, then he don't come, he gets fever, he gets headache, he gets sore throat, whatever. Before he go to the advanced stage, make sure you encourage that person for going to hospital. If the person not really go, you call 117 and actually tell us and tell we. Now we could not activate what they call rapid response teams. Now all 16 districts of this country. That team then they for make sure say they actually respond to anything would get through 117.
Okay. There is nothing like if people in commot now any of them country then they will they quarantine them and keep them somewhere.
Well, currently as they say, we not get that. Because the only country for now DRC, even Uganda, they not get active transmission. The case that we then get the 2 cases are imported cases. So if somebody come up from DRC, definitely as a country and as a Minister of Health and NPHA, but reasonable for make sure say that person will encourage them for self-isolate at least for 21 days. So
we will not get a blanket say if anybody come on at that region they or then side and they we for keep them somewhere.
No.
But we get the capacity for do that as well.
Sure, because the first step is self-isolate. That make we get rapid responses. If we don't notice for say that Uganda and DRC you don't come out, you don't come to this country. Now from the airport from the travel portal where they feel, we will not say and I come out. So we extract you immediately and make sure say we accompany you. Side to go then I host or side to go lodge. We did it. You did it. Then we team then they make sure say they check on you on a regular basis, at least for 21 days.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Prof. But which message you go on left with Sierra Leoneans? Having trust in the system and believing and understanding, say, the Ministry of Health, the National Public Health Agency, they in charge and they in high preparedness in case of anything, and people serve for share information in case anything happen. Which message you are left with the people?
I want to tell the people of Sierra Leone say, Ministry of Health and the National Public Health Agency, then they are for make sure say they are safe. We will do everything possible to keep the people of this country safe. And if you don't see something where you're not satisfied with, person don't get a history of travel from the inside them, you don't hesitate, call 117 and we will respond.
Okay. Thank you so much, Professor Brigadier General Professor Fodisa, the Executive Director of National Public Health Agency. Thanks for your time. And we're here ready for support in whatever way. Messages, I think it's important at this time. The NPHA will develop messages where the media go to share around so people go understand and know waiting for do and waiting not for do. Because, you know, we all for play with part for ensure say, you know, we fight this fight, we country, we all know what in Ebola been doing, how we affect the economy, we lost people, and, you know, just as a country as we move so presently with all the challenges, better than we safe, not get any health, you know, outbreak, we go affect we personal growth, education, picking and ever go school, we work spaces, we welfare and all, so we all play with part, like Doc say, like Prof say, you can call 117 and share information. And also it's important now for tackle fake news. At times like this, it's very important. So who side people for go now NPHA, National Public Health Agency, on get Facebook page. We're very active. People can go there for get information, right?
Ministry of Health.
Ministry of Health.
And NPHA.
Yeah.
And we'll get dedicated Ministry of Information and Civic Education. We'll get dedicated channel them without the pull news, and as time they go, we will increase upon them outlets them.
Thank you so much. It's important. We all see the panic we happen in Liberia, and please read the people. If you get any information, verify and force. Ask. You can share with we in a media outlet them. We can verify with the authorities because we get access to them and come out on waiting at the right information. But thank you so much, Prof. Thanks for joining us this morning. And in between time, we're going to talk to the authorities if there is any change in any information. Now, we're in the program this morning. Thanks to guests we join with. Thanks to Prof for joining us this morning. Thanks to the viewers and listeners. Thanks to my colleagues, the technical and production team. We'll meet back tomorrow. Have a lovely day and stay safe. Stay safe. I think we offices that now we can even start for the wash and then they for always they continue. Yes.
Basic hygiene practice.
Basic hygiene. Yes, we will continue with that. Please, the Veronica bucket them. Let me just imbibe basic, hygiene practices, because it's in Africa and we for keep safe. Thank you so much. Have a lovely day and continue for Stay with Roots Media.
Respect to all Massive and crew. It's been a long time you've been away from home. That's why me come back, the way me sing things, go on, me bring you these conscious reggae vibes. Jah be my guide, Rastafari. Papa, you been tell we say, make we trust the process. But man, it is called the progress of the process. We are in suit and tie, and dirty character. Thief man, they all a thief now, this is them batter. I, Rasta man, me know Eric Cock and Bull, me represent blue, white and blue. That's what me have to do. You meet the water dirty, you know it make it settle. And then you jump beside, you don't dirty and more. Thief man, they all a thief now, this is them batter. Salon they go behind, who that now we go believe. Oh, this na wrong side life, now we dey live so. If they all a thief, who that now we go believe. This na wrong side life, now we dey live so. Sorry, say na sana, self say na sorry. Oh, this na wrong side life, now we dey live so. Say a rata, who that
This is Truth Radio, 103.9.